Baseball, their rivals on the field, but they're friends in the stands. Angels and Royals getting ready to play. Sean Figgins trying to fire up his teammate. And here we go. Zach Greinke will face Sean Figgins now live as Figgy comes to the plate, batting .309 against one of the best pitchers in baseball. Greinke delivers, and it is missing ball one.
Greinke's a young pitcher with some great stuff. He's got 4 nice pitches. He's got a good hard fastball with some life to it at 97. Curve slider and a changeup. He's going to throw strikes and quality ones. Zach has matured, seems to have found out about how to trust his stuff. Get the hitters out with early countouts, throws quality strikes. He's learned how to handle his emotions. This guy is one of the 3 best pitchers in baseball.
He is the reigning American League Player of the Week. He will make his 28th start of the year. He enters at 13-8 and has the league's lowest ERA at 2.32. He has Sean Figgins down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes, and then tries to get him, and he did swing, and that's a strikeout for Zach Greinke. That's number 203 this year, second most in the American League. Here is a look at the Honda batting order for the Angels. Figgins is Torres Abreu. Situational at the top, then the power. Guerrero had the game-winning hit last night. He'll be followed by Hunter, Morales, Rivera, Ibar, and Jeff Mathis. 77 glorious degrees here in the Midwest. An absolutely perfect September evening.
Yeah, 6:05 start. 6:10 start. It's a few shadows out there.
Greinke has it. As Torres is the second out. Hey, this crowd, even though the Royals are 51-83, dead last in the American League Central, they came to watch this matchup and they were roaring when Greinke was able to reach that and throw the man out.
That's right. Defending behind him, which he's learned how to trust these guys, and sometimes that can be shaky. They are last in the league in fielding with 98 errors, but you know, they're pretty good up the middle with Betancourt, especially Willie Bloomquist. The mighty Bloomquist is back in that lineup, and he's had career highs in almost all of his offensive categories. He's played a lot this year. He's played second, third, short, left, and center. Good player for them out there.
Bobby Abreu batting .294 with 12 home runs and 86 RBIs. Has been in a little bit of a funk, but the Angels offense has been there as well. Curveball that barely misses inside. Greinke threw the first one-hitter by a Royal since Mark Gubazar, broadcaster, did it back on June 15th, 1995. And there is a swing and a miss, and Bobby Abreu is down in the count 1-2.
Okay, that's a little two-seam fastball. It's got nice life to it, and when he wants to throw it hard, he goes on top of the seams with a 4-seamer, and he gets it up there in the mid-90s. But excellent movement, late life through the zone.
In there, strike 3 called. Greinke looks outstanding in the top of the first. We'll come back and take a look at Kansas City's offense that will face John Lackey after this, as Zach Greinke opens against the Angels quite well with 2 Ks in the first. for the Texas Rangers. The Royals batting order, David DeJesus to lead things off. Willie Bloomquist in his career hitting .364 against Big John. And Butler, Jacobs, Tian, Olivo, Meyer, Betancourt, and Anderson will face John Lackey, who is looking for his 10th win of the year. He has 100 wins in his career, became one of 5 Angels to do that in his last start when he beat Oakland 9-1.
All right, Big John, he's going to command that fastball both sides of the plate. He'll throw a little 2-seamer and a 4-seamer, slider, curve, and a changeup. Likes that curveball for strikeout pitches. Keeps that ball down low. Nice ERA under 4.
DeJesus grounds out to Meiselas-Turris. 1 down.
Defending behind him, the Angels, who are just red hot. The Angels are tied with Minnesota Twins for the fewest errors in the American League at 63. They're airtight out there. It's been good to see. Juan Rivera's back out there in left field, but you got Ibar and Asturias up the middle. They've been solid. And Eric Ibar, he's put on a clinic at shortstop this year. He's the 3rd place fielder as per percentage points in the league, but he gets to more balls than any other shortstop. Fantastic. His play last night, you could give him a star for that win. Great play to help Weaver out. Threw behind that runner. We'll show it to you a little bit later, but he's been solid. Big John's going to get in that strike zone early, get some early count outs, keep his pitch count down low. And this is a team that really doesn't have a lot of star hitters in it, but they're pesky and they can get the job done. You can't underestimate a team just because they're in last place.
This guy would be under the definition of pesky. Willie Bloomquist, and John Lackey's fastball, he thought, caught the zone, did not, and the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bloomquist. 4 for 11 against Big John, and Willie came on in that 9th inning and got a big base hit. We were a little surprised when they did not bunt him over. Instead, they had the next batter swing away, and he hit into a 6-4-3 double play.
Yeah, not what they wanted. I don't know why he didn't bunt him.
The 2-2 is outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that was Betancourt, the shortstop. He's a good bunter. You thought that would have happened, but turn the page on last night. The Angels got away with a win, and they're happy that this afternoon the Rangers lost. So they don't have to. There's not a lot of pressure on them to keep that winning and keeping that 3.5 game lead.
Willie sends a ground ball deep short. Ibar backhands. Not in time. That's a base hit for Willie Bloomquist, who runs very well, and he would have been safe regardless had the play been made by Morales at first place.
Oh, another nice attempt, though. Ibar with great feet, quickness, and strong throwing arm over the top. Good practice. Morales missed the dig, but, Bloomquist is a good runner. As far as the running game goes, Big John Lackey's allowed 7 stolen bases this year. Doesn't have a pickoff and hadn't been caught, and Jeff Mathis is catching him behind the plate.
Billy Butler is the batter.
Jeff's probably the more consistent catching throw of the two. There's Napoli, his roommate.
They send Bloomquist right away, and Mathis has no chance. Bloomquist got a huge jump on John's delivery.
If you could see the Royals have a sense of urgency about their game, they want to attack him. That's his 19th stolen base. He got a great jump. He took off before Lackey even started throwing the ball. Watch this jump. See, he guessed, and that's perfect. No chance. Mathis threw the ball down there, but Asturias did the right thing by coming off that base and catching it before it skipped into the outfield. No chance.
Getting a first run could be awfully important in this game between 2 great pitchers. John Lackey for the Angels, Zach Greinke for Kansas City.
Yep, there was only 1 run, and it was the Angels' run back in May when Greinke, they faced him again at the Big A, and he was putting on a rock concert at that particular time, Zach Greinke, and it's a low-scoring game. Could be again tonight.
Tried to jam Butler, misses 1 and 2.
Butler likes to push that ball to the right side. Good inside-out hitter, .293 average with the runner in scoring position. He handles the bat well.
Base hit right field. Abreu coming up with the baseball. They're going to send Willie home. The throw by Abreu offline. 1-0 Kansas City.
Well, that's an important run, and they got that. Billy Butler just reached out on a pitch that was about 3 inches outside and slapped it to right field. not wasting any time. Bloomquist with a great steal. Next hitter, Butler, does the right thing, shortens up his swing, and just tries to get that run home. And really, that's how tough the Greinke is. 1 run's all he needs. Abreu's throw was off the line, and Willie Bloomquist was flying around the bag. They would have got him with a great throw.
Kansas City might be saying, well, Zach, we got your run, go get him.
That's right.
Last night the Angels won 2-1 after KC took a 1-0 lead until the 8th inning, and that ball is struck by Mike Jacobs to left field. Juan Rivera comes on to make the catch. 2 outs. Baltimore beat the Texas Rangers today as Kevin Millwood gave up 5 runs in 5 innings. Brian Mattis got the win, gave up 4 in 7. Reimold and Mora hit home runs, but it allowed the Angels to push their lead back to 4 games in the West. They won't lose any ground if they lose this game, but they'd love to rally against one of baseball's best in Greinke. He's coming off 2 amazing games. And a 15 strikeout game against Cleveland, and of course the 1-hit shutout we talked about over Seattle. Mark Teahen's the batter. Teahen batting over 300 the last 3 weeks to raise his average to 281. This guy, they moved all over the diamond, left field, right field, third base, and he's back in the hot corner tonight. Swing and a miss.
Good fastball down low. Yeah, Teahen's a guy who's very unselfish. He's done everything the organization has asked of him. Played all those different positions, and before spring training starts up, he just holds his breath and says, all right, where are they going to ask me to play this year? But that's a valuable chip for him. Good athlete.
Nice play by Morales, records the out, but Kansas City scores a run on 2 hits. That won't last. By Carl's Jr., the teriyaki $6 burger with grilled pineapple, back at Carl's Jr. And by the Pepsi 500. The NASCAR playoffs come to Auto Club Speedway on October 11th. For tickets, call 800-944-RACE. That's the Royals Hall of Fame, which opened this year out beyond left field at the new Kauffman Stadium. It is a beautiful ballpark on a great evening. I can't imagine anyone in the Midwest wanting to be anywhere else than at this ballpark tonight, and it's because the weather's great. We've got a great matchup between 2 excellent pitchers in Lackey and Greinke, and now Zach back on the hill to face Vladimir Guerrero, the Angel star from last night's 2-1 victory.
Okay, no surprise Vladdy swung at the first pitch, and you might want to do that more often against Greinke. Now, he has been beaten before. I mean, as great as his stuff is, you can beat him, but you got to look for that early fastball that's elevated. Once in a while, he'll elevate one. You don't want to miss it if you can't, because I tell you, his secondary pitches are really outstanding. It's got a nasty slider that he throws, and that two-seamer comes in, four-seamer stays straight, and occasional curveballs, but the changeup is too another effective pitch he uses against lefties. But get out front and get him.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Vlad Guerrero.
But you know, just like what Bloomquist did is what the Angels want to do. But outside of that, you got to deal with his athleticism. Greinke's a very good fielder. Saw in that last play last inning.
Guerrero to right field. Josh Anderson there to pull it down. Out number 1 of the second. And Zack Greinke has outstanding numbers. First in ERA, first in home ERA, 1.97. You can see the number of complete games he's had this year. That leads. He also leads in shutouts. Only less than 10 runners per 9 innings.
Goes right after hitters. And when you have that kind of movement, you're going to get a lot of ground ball outs and a lot of strikeouts.
Torrey Hunter rips 1-2 left, and that will be caught by David DeJesus in left. So the Angels hitting him hard in the second, but they're hitting it right at either Anderson or DeJesus, and very quickly 2 outs in the second inning.
The ball was well struck. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead and swing early. Angels have very good plate discipline this year, second in the AL in on-base percentage. They've been doing a great job. But you know, certain pitchers they're going to want to try to get early, and that's Greinke. Before he gets to those secondary pitches and you get 2 strikes on you, chances of him striking you out are pretty good.
Well, here comes Morales, who was the American League Player of the month of August. Hit .385 with 18 extra base hits. Set the club August record with 33 RBIs. Looking to go deep for the first time in September. And he leads the club in home runs with 30, also in RBIs with 94. First full season in the major leagues, and fooled on that pitch by Greinke. It's a 1-1 count.
Yeah, see, that's his changeup, and he's going to use that changeup to mess up the timing of the left-handed batters. And he'll throw that anytime he wants to. He's very comfortable with it. But that's a great pitch to mess with the timing.
Zach was Kansas City's first-round pick in 2002 out of Apopka, Florida high school, the 6th player taken overall. And he had some maturity issues at first, where he was such a perfectionist, he was thinking about giving up baseball. Didn't have success right away.
He was an athlete. You know, we talk about him as a very good athlete. He wanted to be a position player. He didn't like the idea of playing only once a week as a pitcher. So, you know, he had some things going on, but he's went ahead and decided that a pitcher is what he's going to be, and an excellent one.
Morales has a full count, 3-2.
But you know, Bob McClure, Kansas City Royals pitching coach, deserves a lot of credit for working with Zach a little bit on his secondary pitches. He helped him bring in a little 2-seamer and a changeup to go along with his curve and slider and the fastball.
Fouled off. You made a good point earlier, Rex, when you said he was long considered a guy who had good stuff but would think too much.
Yeah, and you know, that sometimes can be any athlete's problem, especially in a thinking game like baseball. 90% of it's mental, and you know, all these guys are the greatest in the world at what they do, the premium league. So sometimes paralysis by analysis can hurt you. And Greinke eliminate the thinking and just goes out and uses the gift that he's been given, and that is a great arm.
Morales ropes it down the right field line into the corner, and that ball is fair, and it will bang around in the corner, and Henry Morales will have the first hit of the game off Greinke. In that 1-hit shutout he had against the Seattle Mariners, the 1 hit came in the second inning, so he's given up a hit now in the second inning to Morales.
Okay, Morales, yeah, dangerous. That's a fastball on the inner half, and Morales can turn those around. Doesn't matter how hard they're thrown. Okay, this is a triples ballpark. You see how it kicks down those lines. It's a corner turn on the corners, so it's tricky for outfielders. Morales is not a triples guy, but he sure is a doubles guy.
That was his 70th extra base hit this year, second most in the American League. Adam Lind of Toronto has 73.
And 38th double on the year. Important at bat for Juan Rivera in his first AB. Let's try to get him in.
Greinke has really been tough on the right-handers, only batting .213 this year.
Rivera's only faced him 3 times in Zofer.
Mickey Hasher said they've been backing off the early BP because the guy's grinding it out, and he's noticed lately that the guys do have a bit of a fatigue in their swings. So he's having them go through the regular BP, but backing off the early BP.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes, less is more, especially this time of year. Juan's checking his bat, making sure it's not hairline, as he fouled that one off down the line. Now, and that's important, and he'll continue to monitor the hitters. The hitters will let him know. If they're, he'll ask you sometimes, hey, do you guys want to hit today? Where do you want to hit? So he keeps it up to them lots of times. Juan's a .320 hitter with a runner in scoring position this year. That's good. Angels have got a great mark at .303 as a team.
Angels have hit right-handers well this year. It's because they have so many switch hitters in their lineup tonight. They have 4 switch hitters in there, and they lead the American League at .289 versus right-handers. Greinke, a different right-hander, and Torrey Hunter can tell you all about that. This guy is special. 6'2", 196, just 25 years old, from Orlando, Florida.
Taking a little bit too much time, and Miguel Olivo is doing the catching for him, and he's caught most of Greinke's innings this year.
Matter of fact, he has caught all 7 of Kansas City's shutouts this year, and that's why he's getting called a lot over John Buck. Fouled off.
Okay, pretty good rip. That's the pitch that Juan wanted to get. Now with 2 strikes, he's got multiple options to get him out. Got to look for a mistake and not miss it.
Angels and Royals. This is game 2 of a 4-game series. The Halos won last night 2-1. Jared Weaver got the win, his 14th this year, gave up 1 run in 7 innings as the Angels have put together solid starts in the last week. Low, full count, 3-2.
Juan's not easy to strike out. One of the reasons is he has a wide base to his stance, so he has very good balance. He doesn't get out front too often, and when you do get out front as a hitter, you don't have anything left but your arms. So you see the wide base he has. He won't hardly even stride. He'll just pick up that front leg a little bit, and that's it. And he won't stride out. He's got a good base and uses his hands.
He went. 3 strikeouts for Greinke. The Angels' second inning is over. Juan will argue with home plate umpire Phil Cuzzi, but Greinke does his job to get out of trouble in the second inning.
Get a pitch early off of him, you can't miss it, because then he's going to go to doing that dipsy doodle and move it.
Bottom 2 we go at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. 1-0 Royals. Billy Butler with an RBI single in the first inning. Now Lackey going to work against Miguel Olivo. This guy has good power, 17 home runs, and that is a career high. 30-year-old John Lackey hits the outside corner with a fastball at 90 miles an hour. His last start was August 30th, beat Oakland 9-1, allowed 1 unearned run in 8 innings. Walked 2, struck out 6. Olivo goes to center field. Hunter coming on hard and is there to make the catch. Fans prepare for a new look and style as the Angels are giving away another first-of-a-kind hat. On Tuesday, September 8th, all fans in attendance will receive a free Angels Argyle hat, courtesy of Auto Club of Southern California. Great seats are still available and for this game, and they can be purchased at angelsbaseball.com. There's a look at that hat.
That's right. That's the first game back, September 8th against Seattle. 3 with Seattle, 3 with the White Sox. Back on the road, Boston, Texas.
Here is Mitch Meyer, and he sends one foul for a strike. 0-2.
John's going to mix in his pitches pretty early. Now he likes to establish his fastball, but at 91, 92, he's not overpowering, so you can't just go ahead and give him fastballs all day long because hitters like that.
I don't know if you saw that little kid.
He lost a carrot. Looks like.
Carrot fell out of his mouth, and he is absolutely agonized by the moment.
Oh,
Mom, you have no idea what I lost. I lost a healthy carrot.
Yeah.
Very nutritious.
Popped right out of there.
It was hilarious. Let's take a look at it again.
I'll show you it again in case y'all missed that. Now he's getting a little ride, and he pushed that thing right out of there.
Well, watch his face now, like, oh man, that ruined my evening.
Give him another one. There's got to be another one in there.
Well, Mom has no idea what took place. Lackey's going to take care of Mitch Meyer, and there's 2 gone to open the bottom of the 2nd inning.
That's what he wants. Early count outs. Go ahead, Big John. Keep your pitch count manageable so you can go deep into the game. Like the 6 previous starters have all been quality starts. Angels are welcoming that because that rotation has not been solid all year long. They've used a lot of different rookies in there from start to finish, and now with the last month to go in the season, it's finally rounding out into shape. And that was a big boost when they got the lefty Kazmir.
Betancourt skies it to the right side. Bobby Abreu or Torrey Hunter. Hunter cuts in front, makes the catch. Lackey perfect in the 2nd inning, but KC has a 1-0 lead for Greinke. Since Mark Gubazov back in 1995 as the Royals won 3-0 at Seattle. Zach allowed a walk and a hit in the 2nd inning, then retired the final 22 batters he faced. He also fanned 5 to become the 4th pitcher in team history to record 200 or more strikeouts in a season.
Then right after that game, the Angels came to town and they faced Joe Saunders, and Sondo in the bullpen shut him out. So they had back-to-back shutout nights. Seattle got a little dose of some good pitching. Greinke's looking around. He's checking out first baseman over there, Billy Butler, saying, hey, watch out now. This guy, he leads the league in bunts. Bunt hits, he can fly.
Butler even with the bag at first base. Tian is in. Eric tried to bunt on Tian last night and he threw him out. And that is a base hit down the line. That will be at least 2. It's into the corner. Josh Anderson plays it off the corner, and Ibar stops at second base with a leadoff double.
Hey, now they got something working here. Mathis coming up in the 9th spot. Good bunter. You would expect him to try to bunt him over here in this position. Mathis hasn't been hitting very well this year, so he's a good bunter. And there's a fastball out over the middle of the plate, and he wrapped it right by Butler. He pulled him in. Now Butler's playing back. He doesn't have any. Ibar doesn't run very well. He plays back and he makes that catch. That's the advantage of having speed. You pull the corners in and slap it by him.
Butler in at first base. Tian even with the third base bag. Mathis does square, gets the bunt down. Butler lets it roll, and it rolls foul. I'll tell you, Ibar got a great break from second base, and he was almost around third base. If that ball had curled back into fair territory, I think Eric may have scored because it would have gone by Butler.
Well, he has dynamic speed, but what he's going to have to watch out for now, if Mathis bunts, see the ball went foul. If Mathis bunts through a ball and doesn't and misses it, Olivo will throw from behind him, and that's when you can catch him off guard out there. A lot of guys get pickoffs on sacrifice bunts. Betancourt, the shortstop, he's playing him close, so if he bunts through the ball, don't be surprised if they throw behind him. But Mathis doesn't want that. He wants to get this one down right here.
Jeff does get it down, and he's going to third, and he has him out.
Okay, he's a good athlete, jumps off the mound well, and Mathis, he did him a favor. He threw him a big curveball. That's a perfect pitch to bunt. Could have had a little bit better direction down that line. You saw how Greinke started out towards the line. He thought that's where he was going to bunt it. But Ibar, you know, tried to get into the back corner of that bag, couldn't do it. Nice play by Greinke. This kid's a good athlete. Look at him bounce. A lot of pitchers are going to try to get that out at first base, but the throw was right on the third base side. Good job. Helped out Tian by giving him a good feed. Angels eliminated there.
Sean Figgins, the batter, he struck out swinging his first time up. Tried to check his swing, could not. Greinke has struck out 3 in the ball game and 2 in the third.
Yeah, and you know he's an excellent athlete. Gets off the mound quickly. We've seen that, and also does an excellent job of holding runners. He'll use a slide step when a good base stealer's out there.
Ooh, up and in, and Figgins stares out at Zach.
Okay, Olivo wants that down a little bit up. That's not over the plate. Not anywhere near Figgy, except it just kind of startled him a little bit. He backed off. Probably won't deal with a slide step with Mathis at first base.
Mathis goes. The pitch is swung on and fouled off the Angels with the hit and run on.
Okay, that's a good call by Scioscia. With 1 out, it's a good situation. Mathis has 2 stolen bases, has been caught twice.
Zach with just 1 error this year.
That's a good try. Scioscia trying to get something going with 1 out. We saw him yesterday try a double steal. They struck him out and threw him out. It didn't work.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Angels have beaten the Royals every single time they face them this year. 7 for 7. KC averaging just 2.5 runs per game, and that will usually cost you. And the Angels have not only pitched well, but they have hit well, almost averaging 6 runs per game, although they won a close one last night in a low-scoring affair, 2-1. Ground ball foul. The Angels only with 3 runs in their last 31 innings. And the Halos ruling this year, the bullpen has been a huge reason why. The Angels have not allowed a run in 21 innings to Kansas City this year, and the Royals have allowed 16 runs in 17 2/3.
All right, their bullpen is the worst in the majors, giving up a 5.1 ERA. Angels want to be as precise as they can when they get a good pitch to hit. It's tough, though, to square up a round ball with a round bat, especially when it moves like Greinke makes it move.
There is Trey Hillman in his second year as Royals manager after leading the Nippon Ham Fighters to the 2006 Japan Series title. Again foul.
Figgy doing all he can to foul off those borderline pitches with 2 strikes. That's what he studied in the offseason. He told me in spring training he watched hitters like with high on base percentage like Youkilis and Bobby Abreu and what they did, and he said the biggest thing was with 2 strikes they fouled off the borderline pitches until it was ball 4 or they found him a pitch they could hit, and it's worked marvelous for him.
Ooh. He swings and misses and strikes out, so 2 gone now in the 3rd inning. And staying put at first base, Jeff Mathis.
Okay, that's that nasty slider. Comes in to lefties and out away from righties. See, now you see it, now you don't. It looked like a good hitting pitch. That slider's thrown at 88 miles an hour. It's tough to pick up.
Meiser as Turris fouls it up. Hud, how often do pitchers have command of 4 pitches in one game?
You don't have too many guys that are comfortable with all 4. It depends on your age and your maturity and how many years you've been pitching in the game. A lot of these young pitchers we've seen this year, they all have a changeup, but they're not comfortable with it. Okay, so they don't throw it that often, but they will eventually get to throwing those off-speed pitches. And those pitches are the money pitches, the strikeout pitches, the ground ball pitches. The fastball set it up. And this kid Greinke, he wasn't comfortable throwing a changeup or a 2-seamer until Bob McClure got with him, and Bob didn't force it on him or anything, but he talked about the importance of the changeup to left-handed batters.
In that 1-hit shutout against Seattle, his fastball ranged from 92 to 97. His slider, they said, from 83 to 89, and he had a curve that was in the high 60s, so there's a range of almost 30 miles an hour on some of his pitches. The count 2-1. As Turris pops it foul, so they're making Greinke work. He's now thrown 44 pitches in the ball game.
Okay, that's the one good thing the Angels can do outside of trying to scrap to get a run. They can tax his pitch count, and they do that well, as good as anyone. That's right. Even with Boston and New York, so those teams are patient teams, and they wait for their pitch and they hit him. The Angels have been doing the same thing. Miguel Olivo's having him shake, try to trick the batter.
As Turris swings and misses and strikes out, Greinke has 5 Ks in the first 3 innings of this ball game.
He's got tremendous movement. That slider is nasty.
Out because they knew there would be an excellent matchup between the Angels' John Lackey And the Royals, Zach Greinke. The early edge is to Greinke as he struck out 5 in 3 innings. Lackey gave up a run in the first on an infield hit by Willie Bloomquist, who then stole second base and scored on Billy Butler's single to right. Now we'll see Josh Anderson, who has plenty of speed, and Lackey does not want to let this guy reach. Josh was with the Detroit Tigers to begin this season, then acquired from the Tigers on July 30th for cash.
He's athletic and he's got speed. That's a commodity. In professional sports, you're really good if you have one or the other, speed or power. If you have both of them, you make a lot of money if you're consistent.
2-1, and Anderson fouls it off. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The Royals are continuing to be patient with their rebuilding situation. Trey Hillman's under here. Hasn't been easy, especially when they went out and signed Jose Guillen to a long contract, and it turns out that he's throwing in the towel for the rest of the year. His knee's too sore. He said he can't play.
Figgins throws out Anderson. 1 down. Let's take a look at Zach Greinke's slider, the way he struck out Figgins.
Yeah, better him than me, because that's a tough pitch. Glad to be up here in the booth. Look where it starts out. It starts out up belt high, and that drops all the way down to the bottom of the strike zone. It's a slider, and it's a nasty one. I mean, I'm not going to use the word nasty anymore. I've used it too many times. I don't want to offend anybody out there, but that's a ball player's terminology. Filthy?
Well, it sent a lot of guys to different sports. They couldn't hit that pitch. Let's go play soccer or football or basketball or anything but facing a guy like Greinke.
Michael Jordan did baseball the greatest favor ever. He thought he could become a big leaguer. It looked easy. These guys make it look easy, and Michael Jordan got a little taste of that humble pie and didn't like the taste. You taste it daily in this sport.
To left field and deep. Rivera chasing it, reaches up and makes a nice over the shoulder catch to Rob DeJesus. 2 out.
Okay, playing DeJesus in. Okay, DeJesus is kind of a slap hitter that way, and Juan was playing him in. Now he got a good piece of Lackey's offering. Now he takes a perfect route, goes right out to it, just cradles back off and makes that catch with no problem. Didn't get twisted up. Lots of times balls hit right at left fielders over their head, or any outfielder for that matter. It's the toughest play for them. They'll turn one way, turn the next, but Juan made that look easy.
Willie Bloomquist, the batter, veteran from Seattle, Washington, and went to play his college baseball at Arizona State. Was one of the top Pac-10 players.
Yeah, but he was a good player and a solid utility guy for years with the Seattle Mariners. And he comes over here and he becomes a leader. He's already set career highs in at bats, hits, triples, homers, RBIs, runs, and stolen bases. That's his whole game, and he's getting a chance to play here now.
He's 2 for 2 in this series. Came up the bench last night to pinch hit and got that base hit to open the 9th inning. And then Yuniesky Betancourt, instead of bunting, swung away and hit a 6-4-3 rally-killing double play. That ball struck towards right field. Bobby Abreu under it. He makes the catch. The inning is over. 4th we go. It's KC 1 and the Angels and Lackey nothing. high-definition flat-screen TV from Howard's, official appliance and flat-screen superstores of the Angels. Kansas City is known for its great ribs, whether it's Gates or Arthur Bryant's or Casey Masterpiece. Good. Here's a look at that Angel lineup, and there are the extra guys in case they need help. Against Zach Greinke, the Angels have forced him to throw 46 pitches through the first 3 innings. Now Bobby Abreu steps to the plate. He struck out looking his first time up and takes strike 1 to open the 4th from Zach. Right now Bobby's mired in a 4 for 34 slide. He's taken his batting average under 300 for the first time since July 3rd.
You know, we saw that lineup written out by that guy there. That's Ron Renicky. That's his job as a bench coach. Makes out the lineup card. Socia gives him the card, and he writes it with his special pins.
Line drive, base hit left field. So the Angels, for the 2nd straight inning, have their leadoff man on.
All right, Abreu, he's patient. He gets a lot of hits that way. Now, here's a little breaking ball up on the outer half. It hung in there long enough. Abreu knew the break of the ball, just kept his hands back and slapped it to left field. Nice stroke to get going. Now, we'll see if Greinke uses his slide step, because Abreu is a base stealer. He's got 25 bags. Excuse me, 27. That's good for a 35-year-old young man.
Vlad Guerrero lined out to right field, so when he was leaning out over the plate to line it to right field, Greinke says, "Don't be diving out there. I'll back you off the plate." So it's 1 ball, no strikes.
Look for one right here. He's got to look for one. He's going to get back in that zone.
And Bobby might be going, because Vlad does hit into a lot of double plays.
We'll see if Abreu can pick a pitch. Hopefully it's a breaking ball. It takes a little bit longer to get home. But Greinke's got quick feet, has a nice pickoff move. He has picked off 1 this year. 4 stolen bases allowed, 5 have been caught.
In there.
And Miguel Olivo, he's a good catch and throw guy. Overall, he's 24% of runners he's thrown out, but with Zach's on the mound, he throws out 55% of base stealers. It's because he gets the ball to him quickly, and he has a good, strong arm.
Most teams play Vlad with a dramatic pull on the infield. Kansas City is not. Is it because of Greinke?
No, I think it's because of the hitting ability of Vladdy. Some guys think he's a pull hitter. Some teams do, but the others, he gets a lot of hits, singles to right field and up the middle. So you're really doing a favor for Vladdy if you play him all the way over to pull. I mean, you hit 322 in your career. In 12 years, you're getting a lot of singles. Just depends on how they want to defense it. Flip a coin.
Vlad to right field, deep. Anderson back. Abreu was halfway. Now he's back to the bag, and there's 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. Fans, the Angels have an exciting ticket offer for the September 9th, 10th, and 13th home games. Now available. Fans can purchase view level seats for just $3 and right field pavilion seats as low as $10 when using the password Figgy at angelsbaseball.com or the Angels Stadium ticket window. After this series with Kansas City, the Angels will be coming home, and they have a series against Seattle on the 8th, 9th, and 10th, and then the White Sox the 11th through the 13th. The White Sox beat Boston today 5-1. The Red Sox not playing well at all. New York won, Boston lost, so the Yankees lead is now 8.5 in the East.
Well, Danks pitched a heck of a game. He had a perfect game through 6 innings. When a pitcher's on his game, there's not going to be a lot of hitting. Angels have gotten 3 though already.
Hunter lined out his first time up.
Yeah, too bad he couldn't have got under that a little bit more. That might have been a homer. But that's how you're going to beat Greinke. 1 mistake and 1 power ball. Tough to get any kind of rally going against him, you know, as far as, you know, the Angels like they frenzy hit and get rallies going, because he's a strikeout guy, and he's going to miss a lot of bats.
Abreu goes. The pitch is swung out and missed, bobbled by Olivo, so he is unable to throw out Abreu, who now has his 28th steal, and the Angels have the man in scoring position.
Good off-speed pitch. Olivo couldn't get the grip. It's a good jump. Fastball in the outer half. Watch this jump. Good jump now. Abreu's straight stealing all the way. Didn't even look in to see what the hitter was doing. Olivo says, you know what? My bad. No grip.
Hunter swings and misses and strikes out. That is strikeout number 6 for Greinke.
Just good depth and good action on his breaking pitches. Really fools hitters a lot.
6 tonight, 208 strikeouts this year. Greinke just recorded his 208th. That's the second most by a Royals pitcher in the season. Dennis Leddern back in 244. Back in 1977 struck out 244. That's why the Royals fans were cheering. And the Angels are hoping to quiet that cheering by having Kendry Morales drop a base hit. And he swings and misses at the first pitch. A fastball, strike 1.
Okay, your plan as a hitter against Zach Greinke has got to be looking for that fastball. You got to look for that. That's his highest velocity pitch, and it's hard to go up there and sit on anything else. And then you're never going to catch the fastball if you look for a breaking ball. And as crisp as those breaking balls are, you look for a mistake, something that's hung out over. You just kind of zone him and look out over the front of that plate. And if it's anything in that zone, no matter what it is, try to hit it.
In there, 0-2. Now he has Morales at his mercy, as Greinke has already struck out 6 in the ball game. The only American leaguer who struck out more this year is Justin Verlander, who has K'd 222.
And I would say Verlander is on track for the Cy Young because he just won his 16th, so he's got more wins than Greinke, even though he's supplied with a better offense.
Verlander's Tigers are also in first place, and that usually means a little bit of a difference. The Tigers are 6 up on Minnesota.
But if Greinke continues to throw complete game shutouts and do those kind of things, I mean, they'll weigh that heavily. They know he's playing for a team that's not providing him with a lot of runs, so he certainly will be in consideration big time.
Verlander with 16 wins, Sabathia with 16, Feldman of Texas with 15, and then Weaver tied with others with 14. Again, Henry, exactly.
Good job to stay alive. Foul off them borderline pitches. Hadn't thrown him any breaking balls here.
Angels have had base runners the last 3 innings. A double by Morales in the second, a double to start things by Ibar, but a failed sacrifice by Mathis, hurt in the third. Now a single, a steal, but Hunter struck out. Morales down in the count, 0-2. Almost hit him. Good block by Olivo.
Just missed his toe. So when he threw that breaking ball, he's going to make sure to bury that one. He's ahead in the count, 0-2. Doesn't want to give him anything too good, but he wants to move his feet. And when you move a hitter's feet, that serves the purpose. You don't have to throw up and in, give them a bow tie or anything like that. Move their feet, drop a little breaking ball in there. It makes them uncomfortable. But Morales, I'm not sure anything messes him up. He's a free swinger that's dangerous.
Hit to left field. DeJesus chasing in foul territory. He leaps to try and help his teammate out, but it is in the seats, foul.
Okay, now that ball was well out of the zone, but Morales, he's locked in right now with 2 strikes. He's locked in. He's going to shorten up his swing. He's just going to try to make some contact. And he's strong enough. If he gets something out over he can handle, he can rake it in the gap or over the fence. But he's doing a good job of battling a very tough pitcher with great movement.
Well, he really let go of that fastball. 98 miles an hour.
Yeah, we even heard a little grunt from him.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's takes a lot to generate that kind of velocity. 60 feet 6 inches away from home. Morales doing a nice job. See if he comes back in with a breaking ball here. He might try to stay up in the zone, try to get a swing and miss. He's got a lot of weapons to retire a batter. Shook once, he decides there. Greinke, you talked about the intellect of the individual. Very smart guy, articulate, doesn't speak much. He's well thought out. He thinks about his responses before he says anything. Something I wish I would have learned. Oh, too bad.
DeJesus chasing that baseball, makes the catch near the warning track, and Greinke has gone 4 shutout innings against the Angels.
He's a beast.
Here at the ballpark at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, a little salsa action as KC has a 1-0 lead. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning of play. Cha-cha-cha.
That might be Darren Chan out there.
Now look at that hat. That hat's name is down in front.
That's a sombrero.
I know, it's a huge one too, and if you're sitting behind him, you can't see the matchup between Lackey and Greinke.
Well, you can put your chips and dip in it.
Billy Butler takes strike 1. Butler singled in the only run of the ball game, lining a base hit to right field that scored Bloomquist, who had reached on an infield hit, stole second base, and scored on Butler's single.
And a nice piece of hitting it was. That was a good pitch by Lackey. It's a slider on the outer half, about 3 inches, and he just reached out and poked it out there. Couldn't have written it up any better for that first inning. You know, and as tough as Greinke is, his teammates, the Royals and the Angels, know that's all he might need.
Butler high in the air, deep to center field. Hunter is there, makes the catch, 1 out. So since the base hit by Butler, John has retired 9 straight Royals. So he is pitching his game, and I mean, we saw him at his very best 2 years ago in 2007 when he won 19 games and was the first Angel to win the American League ERA title since Frank Tanana in '77 with a 2.54 ERA. He is really good, but he knows that he needs to keep the game close to give the Angels a chance. The one good thing the Angel batters have done is they pushed Greinke's pitch count to past 60.
Okay, this is one of their power guys from the left side. Lackey's given up 9 home runs to left-handed batters this year, and Jacobs is a guy who likes that ball middle in, likes to pull it.
1 ball, 1 strike. Jacobs with 17 home runs this year. He's driven in 49. Last year belted 32 at the Florida Marlins, and Kansas City was hoping he would be a big part of the middle of their order. He has not been. Strikes out too much. Has not hit in the clutch. Takes a big rip, and he is down in the count 1-2.
Some power hitters, they like to put their pinky over the knob. Okay, it just feels better. They feel like they have a little bit more length on their bat. And other guys will choke up or keep that. But watch how, look at how Jacobs puts that pinky over the knob.
Line drive picked by Figgins. His throw in time. What a play by Sean.
Just another spectacular play, robbing a hit from the opponent. Low to the ground, he's built. He stays down low and just flashes that leather. Whenever you get a ball that quick, you got time to throw the runner out, and he shows off that strong throwing arm over the top. Quick reaction at the hot corner by Figgy. Good defense continues.
At third base, Figgins with a 9.67, but he has more range than Mora or Young. Evan Longoria, I think, might match him defensively.
He's got a great arm, too. He's one of the best in the game at third, no question.
Mark in the batter.
Hard for a middle infielder. Sean Figgins, second baseman, shortstop when he came up, played a little outfield. But then to be at the hot corner where you're playing on a daily basis like that is really hard to do. But he does it because he has such a strong throwing arm.
And he was determined to become a third baseman because he said, yeah, I was a utility player in the past, but when he came into spring training, he said, I'm a third baseman this year. And he has been one of baseball's best. Lackey has the third baseman for Kansas City down 0-2, then strikes him out on the breaking ball. Mathis steps away and completes the strikeout. Big John with his first K of the night. And how about the way he fielded this bunt?
Look, now that was a planned play. It had to be because he threw a slow curveball to Mathis and he jumped over that third base line knowing he was going to bunt it there. So that's smart. That's preparation. The kid's well prepared. Studies up on his starts. He had last night to watch the Angels line up a little bit. Goes and does his homework, talks to the catcher and Bob McClure, his pitching coach, and they figure out the game plan for his start.
Shut out Seattle on 1 hit in his last start, and he is shutting the Angels out on 3. Juan Rivera's the batter. Struck out swinging his first time up, and Greinke hung a breaking ball, and Juan missed his pitch.
He was ready for it. He's been starting the guys off with good hard fastballs, but then he pulled the string on Juan, and he almost caught it.
I remember a comment from Royals assistant general manager Muzzy Jackson at the time when he was talking about Greinke when he was young. He said, Zach is one of those 16-year-old geniuses who is in his first year of med school. From the competency standpoint, he was ready for the major leagues at 19, but from the social and maturity part, he was still just a kid, and that's why he had to go through some of those difficulties, like when he left the Royals camp in February of 2006 to visit a sports psychologist in Orlando. He was just emotionally immature. Well, now he is mature, and we're seeing how good he can be. Rivera pops up right side. Anderson makes the catch. 1 out. Hey kids, get ready for a straight A semester with your very own Angel School Supply Kit. 1 week from today, on Saturday, September 12th, all kids ages 2 through 18 in attendance will receive a free back-to-school supply kit courtesy of Frito-Lay that features a pencil, a pen, a ruler, and a lot more. Great seats for this game are still available and can be purchased at angelsbaseball.com. Here's Eric Ibar, doubled his last time up, and he smacks a base hit to right field. So Eric is 2 for 2 off the Angels right-hander.
Okay, Greinke better start him off with something else. See, Ibar, he's on it, man. He says, all right, I'm going to get that first fastball I see, and I'm going to hit it so I don't have to deal with any of them other pitches. That's nice.
Rally Monkey is out early. They usually bring him out about the 7th inning or later. But against Greinke, maybe they need it every inning. Jeff Mathis.
Okay, now, when the situation last time happened, Mathis was up and Ibar was at second base. Greinke threw him a big slow curve, and that's the easiest pitch to bunt. I was wondering why he would throw him that pitch, but I figured out that that was a design play between him and Olivo. He's going to throw that, and then once he throws it, he's running to the third base line, and that's exactly where Mathis bunted. And he picked him up and threw him out. Heady play.
It's interesting because he was breaking as soon as he threw the pitch.
So that's why it was a design play for that particular reason. And I would think that Scioscia would have Mathis trying to bunt here.
Jeff got a pitch and he fouls it straight back. Strike one.
He gave him a pitch. Now he could put it on again. Sometimes a manager will let you have one hack and see how you do, and you might put that bunt back on, but that's advisable. Get that, or have Ibar try a little steal or maybe a hit and run.
Center field.
Nice.
That ball's going to drop. Ibar around second, on his way to third, and Mathis puts the brakes on, and he is safe at first base. So the Angels have a runner at third base for the first time tonight.
Nice by Mathis. Checked in. Ball out over the plate. It was a breaking ball, but he stayed with it. He sunk it into center before it could get it. See the off speed outside, kind of hit off the end of the bat. If he barrels that, he's going to catch it. The center fielder. Meyer.
Well, I'm just bringing this up not because I think it's going to happen, but would you think about a squeeze?
No, because Greinke throws so hard, it's hard to sacrifice one when you just turn around and try to square and bunt it, let alone a squeeze. I would expect Figgy to swing away. He's a good hitter with runners in scoring position. You put that in the figuration, a 366 hitter with runners in scoring position for Sean Figgins. I'm going to let him hack.
Sean has struck out both times up tonight, in the first, in the third. Angels have the tying run at third base. Mathis at first, just 1 out.
Figgy didn't hit too many ground ball double plays, so I'm thinking the percentages are better to let him swing away.
And Sean hitting 366 with men in scoring position this year. He's been very clutch. He's almost been better with men on than when he comes up with nobody on. Usually he's working the count, trying to get on base by way of a walk or a hit. Now he's looking to drive, and he takes upstairs, and that is back-to-back fastballs.
And Figgy's going to get one that he likes just because of the threat of a squeeze. They all know that it's possible. Dino Ebel, he gives the signs, and he walks over to the third base runner, Ibar, and he whispers something in his ear. Whether it's something or not, you have the pitcher on the defense.
In the air, left side, DeJesus. Ibar's going to tag. The catch is made. Here comes Eric. The throw to the plate is in time. They got him.
Wow, DeJesus, he threw a perfect ball home to Olivo. You got to go on that. It's tight. Scoring runs off Greinke. You had to take a chance with your fastest runner at third base. Nothing wrong by Dino Ebel. Just a heck of a throw. Got there in time. The tag was on him. Out.
throw to catch a speedy Ibar at the plate.
Yeah, look how he lined up in back of the ball, had some momentum coming on the throw. Perfect throw on the third base side, but in time for Olivo to get that tag on Ibar, who tried to sweep the inside part of the dish. They are playing airtight behind their ace.
Because the Angels are pressuring him well. They've gotten the hits. Kansas City has just out executed the Angels thus far as we hit to the bottom of the 5th inning. Miguel Olivo will lead things off, then Mitch Meyer, then Yuniesky Betancourt. Olivo popped up to center field first time up. Strike one. John has thrown just 46 pitches through 4. Great pitch efficiency, but back-to-back hits in the first inning cost him a run. John has retired 11 straight Royals since the base hit by Billy Butler scored the only run of the game. Ground ball short. Ibar has it. Miguel is out. 12 in a row retired by John.
Yep, John's doing a great job keeping the ball down, pitching to contact. Has 1 strikeout, but doesn't need a whole lot. He's been getting a few fly balls, only giving up a couple hits, and that was to the top of the order back in the first inning when they scored their run. But you got to be proud of his starting pitchers now starting to get lined up with some quality starts.
That's 6 straight, and that ball is shot to Kendry Morales. But each starting pitcher has talked about the defense behind him. Jared Weaver last night was talking about Eric Ibar's play throughout the game.
Okay, this was the game right here. A tough one. This is early. Okay, this is a tough one here, but you know, he gets him out. But the 7th inning, that hit by Meyer picked up. Most guys are going to go over, pick it up, and not look for anything else. But man, he got that. There was a double play in the 9th inning that was huge. So defense and pitching, the Angels are doing it. Waiting for that offense to catch back up again, but they've been facing some pretty tough pitching lately, and it's testing the Angels.
Only Scutaro and Jeter have a higher fielding percentage, but they do not have the range of an Eric Ibar. Scutaro and Jeter up in the years, in their mid-30s, and Ibar, a young player, at just 25. Cannon for an arm. Ground ball third. Figgins has it. Boy, John Lackey, he's averaging about 10 pitches per inning. He's been great.
Fantastic.
They have hot dog racing, and the guy that should win does win. Mustard on a hot dog always beats ketchup, Hud.
What's wrong with relish?
And look what happened. Trey Hillman came out and said, hey, I had money on ketchup, and I'm sorry. Jerry Crawford said, I had mustard, and mustard's going to take it. No. So go back to the dugout.
No, Crawford said there's no betting in baseball.
There you go. 1-0. Kansas City has the lead. They got a first inning run on a base hit by Billy Butler. Meiser Turris will lead off the 6th. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out to Greinke, and he struck out in the third. Zach has struck out 6 Angels tonight in 5 innings.
Angels are getting close. Never knew it'd be so tough to score 1 run, but on this road trip, they've seen some good pitching, and they're going to have to face King Felix when they get back to the Big A. So to face King Felix twice and Zach Greinke within a week's period of time, or over the last couple weeks, that's a tough stretch for the Angels.
And they'll say Felix Hernandez again next Tuesday as they open that Seattle series after Felix shut them out. The 1-2 is in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Greinke has not walked an Angel. He's had several 3-2 counts.
They are working his pitch count a little, but here in the 5th, he's expended 77 pitches.
Well, last night the Angels continued to pressure Kansas City pitching. They had no walks in the first 5 innings, but after the 5th they had 8 walks the next 3, and they continued to pressure. And even though the Angels very quiet offensively, they were able to finally get a big hit from Vlad Guerrero and win the game 2-1.
If they can get to Kansas City's pen, they'll probably win.
Meiser hits it to right field. Anderson there makes the catch. 1 down. Abracadabra. Alakazam. Want to know how the tricks work? Then tune into Magic's biggest secrets finally revealed. Monday at 9 only on My 13. I wonder if he can make our producer Brian Nettles disappear. That would be great.
Huh.
Just kidding. Here is Bobby Abreu.
Okay, Asturis took the count to 3-2 and lined him hard. The Angels are trying to wait him out here. 3rd time through the order now.
Our producer is the great Brian Nettles. Our director John Gonzalez, who has done Olympics and Super Bowls in his past. And row, row, row your boat is our associate director tonight. The 2-0 pitch is up and in.
Caught the top of the zone. Abreu didn't think so. He says, man, if I swing at that, it's going to break my bat. Abreu likes him out over. He can use that inside out swing and just try to get a gapper. Something going.
2-2. Bobby took a curveball and lined it to left field his last time up, snapping a 4 for 34 slide he had been in. The Angels have out hit the Royals tonight 2-5. Royals with 2 hits and 1 run. The Angels with no runs on 5 hits. Check swing is inside. They appeal. He did not go, and the count is full on back-to-back batters. So the Angels have forced Greinke to throw 84 pitches. Not yet through 6 innings. He is coming off a record-setting performance against Cleveland 2 starts ago, where he fanned 15 batters, topping Mark Gubicza's 14 strikeout performance on August 27th versus Minnesota. Ball 4, and that's the first walk by Greinke. Last time Bobby was on, he stole second base.
Okay, the Angels, the first time through the order, were a little more aggressive, trying to get his early fastballs. Didn't really work out. Second time through, they've kind of waited and was a little bit more selective, and now 3rd time through, he's starting to miss a little bit out of the zone, and they're waiting on him, making him throw some pitches. But right here, Vladdy sees one he likes. Why not be the hero in 2 consecutive games? He got the big hit last night.
Rex, what's a greater challenge for Zach Greinke, facing a guy with discipline like Asturis or Figgins, or facing a batter like Vlad Guerrero?
I would think facing Vladdy with his kind of velocity and the stuff he's got, he shouldn't have any problem with a free swinger.
Boy, he pumped that one back. He had the big hit last night with the bases loaded in the 8th.
Trying to pitch on the inside part of the plate, out over. He laced it right by the 3rd baseman. Angels got 2 timely runs just in the nick of time. Weaver, go ahead. Weaver got his career high 14th win.
They've got him picked off. And Bobby Abreu is going to be tagged out. That's the second time that Greinke has picked a man off this year.
He's been doing everything right defensively. Sure helps when you're a good athlete. When you're a pitcher, you're controlling 90% of the game with just throwing balls. But you know, you become a fielder. See, Abreu, he tried to go early. He tried to get a little bit of a jump before he threw it, and Greinke was aware of it. Abreu's trying to guess when he's going home to get that extra jump. He says, I am out.
Vlad goes to center field. Mitch Meyer back, makes the catch. Right now, Greinke's been perfect. He has been outstanding. I mean, he's allowed 5 hits, but his defense and his decision making has been excellent. That young man can't watch. And here we go. It's a 1-0 ball game. He should watch because it has been a marvelous matchup between Lackey and Greinke. Angels down by 1-0 score. The batter is Josh Anderson, 0 for 1, grounded out to third his first time up, and John works him inside for a ball, 1-1.
He tried to drag bunt first pitch on John. He's a good bunter.
Morales will take care of Anderson. 2 outs. 1 out, excuse me.
Game's been moving along quickly. Lackey, man, he went 1, 2, 3 in that last inning. He's just been getting him up and getting him down.
Yeah, he's only thrown a total of 55 pitches in the ball game. Greinke's thrown 87. Lackey, excuse me, 56 total, so 21 fewer. John still not done with the 6th inning. He needs DeJesus here and then Bloomquist. David is 0 for 2, but has a tremendous throw to rob the Angels of a run that would have tied the game in the 5th inning.
Good spot down there. Wasn't given. That pitch to him must have been a little low, but that's a perfect spot.
Angels looking for their 80th win of the year. They start tonight's game 4 games up on Texas. Rangers lost today 5-4 in Baltimore. Ryan Mattis got the win, and Kevin Millwood took the loss. Home runs by Reimold and Mora of Baltimore. Texas, though, playing without Michael Young, without Josh Hamilton. Young out with a hamstring problem. Hamilton because of that pinched nerve in his back. Fastball at the knees right there, 2-1. John's command has been outstanding. You might remember he missed the first 33 games to open the year because of a strained right forearm. Came back, was a little off and on the first couple of months, but once July came around, he was outstanding. He's allowed 3 runs or less in 10 of his last 13 starts and has a 6-3 record with an ERA about 2.5 in that time.
Good balance to his mechanics today. He looks really good. He's balanced over that rubber. He gathers himself. Looks like he's right over the top and staying down through it.
Not by much.
Good spot. Hadn't had many 3-2 counts. Probably come in there and just challenge him right here with a fastball.
He does, and DeJesus hits it pretty well. Back goes Abreu to the wall, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Our Jack in the Box game summary. John Lackey saying, caught too much of the plate, but John's been good. 5 2/3, only allowing 1 run. Usually you have the lead, but Greinke's his opponent, and he has gone 6 shutout innings. He has thrown 88 pitches. Butler had the RBI single in the first. The most pitches that Greinke has thrown in a ball game this year, 117. That was in the 15 strikeout game he had against Cleveland. Right-hander Bloomquist. Willie reached on the infield hit, stole second base, scored in the base hit by Butler, and that's been the only offense. But remember, the Royals took a 1-0 lead into the 8th inning, and the Angels came from behind to win their 41st game this year in come from behind fashion, 2-1, and that was their 8th time when trailing after 7.
They were able to get starting pitcher out of the game, and they got to their bullpen, which has been really suspect this year. I don't know if Greinke will let him get to the pin or not. He might have enough in his pitch count to stay in it. There's Irvin watching this one.
He goes on Monday.
But he's down in the zone tonight. I mean, he is up for the challenge. He knew he'd be in for it if the Angels could score him some runs, but he's limiting the Royals' chances by keeping that ball down in the zone.
He loves the big matchups. Did he go? He did not. And they'll try it again. John, in his pass against some of the aces that we've seen the last few years, beat Casimir, beat Santana, beat Lowe. The only guy who got him is Kershaw. That was this year, but then he came back and beat CC Sabathia on July 12th, giving up just 2 runs in 7 innings to the New York Yankees, who have the most wins in baseball with 86.
You're a #1 starter. You're going against other teams' #1s.
Popped up right side, Morales in foul territory. Kendry there makes the catch, inning over. Lackey has been tremendous since giving up the hit to Butler. Retired every Royal since. Hotel 1,000. KC Barbecue 400. 4 tickets to today's games $250. But an Angels victory is priceless. You got to see it last night.
You got that right.
Torrey Hunter goes after the first pitch from Greinke and fouls it back out of play. Torrey has lined out and struck out.
I talked to some fans that made the drive from Southern California
Really?
all the way here. That's how excited they are about following their team.
Hope they made it a vacation where they had some great stops along the way. Maybe Grand Canyon, Zion.
Yep, those fans.
Rocky Mountain.
Those fans are from Pomona. They had Angel signs, great shirts, T-shirts. They're representing the club well. Way to go, fans.
Hunter to right field. Anderson says he has it. He does, and there's one out. Well, the Angels really doing well on the road. They're 40-28 this year. Second most wins in the American League on the road to the New York Yankees, who have 41. But since the 2004 season, the Angels have the best road record in the major leagues with 267 victories, and that's our infinity fact.
They're a well-balanced team. Morales, he's been tough. He's had some good ABs. He hit a double in his first time up. They couldn't get him home, the Angels. Flew out to the left fielder in his second time up, and now he's looking to do something here.
Everywhere we go, the opposing writers and members of the media ask Mike Scioscia, tell me about Kendry Morales. How big of a surprise is he? 30 home runs, 94 RBIs in his first full season, and he's taken the league by storm and opening a lot of eyes, and he'll pick up a base hit here, his second of the day. He's 2 for 3.
Well, what Scioscia tells him is, no, we're not surprised. We know he could swing the bat. We always knew that, but we never knew how many homers he'd hit, and they still don't know. But the 31 is plenty for right now, but I'm sure he'll get a few more big hits. That's a nice one there. Willie Bloomquist gave it all he had. See how he dives back towards right field. It gives you a little bit more range when you dive in an angle that towards the right fielder there. Good try.
Juan Rivera has struck out and popped up. That ball struck well. Left center field. DeJesus will cut it off. Morales back to first base. 2 out.
Good jump by DeJesus. And Juan Rivera, he hit that one perfect. Didn't have any tail on it or anything. It was straight. But DeJesus got a good first step on it and was able to keep the Angels from threatening anymore.
Kansas City's defense, which came in with 98 errors this year, has been flat perfect tonight. DeJesus with a tremendous throw to catch Ibar at the plate his last time on base. And there's Yuniesky Betancourt. Willie Bloomquist has had some fine defensive plays tonight, and Ibar comes up, who is 2 for 2 with a double and single. Ibar broke an 0 for 18 slide he'd been in. Now he has the batting average over 300 again. He's at 302, going 2 for 2 tonight. Always hit well against Kansas City, over 350 in his career, and he swings and hits it sharply but foul.
Greinke put a little off speed on that. That's why he's able to be out in front of it so far. Gives a souvenir to a Royals fan. Good crowd tonight. Beautiful ballpark, renovated in the offseason.
He's thrown 96 pitches. 2-1.
Nothing biting. That's his good hard slider he likes to throw in on lefties. Gets him to swing at it down and in. Ibar looks locked in. He's got 5 home runs, and 4 of them have come from the right side of the plate. He does have a little bit of pop from the left side, but really what they want him to do here is just try to hit a gap if you can.
Greinke's 100th pitch of the night is coming right here. And Ibar lifts it foul back and out of play.
That's right. Just keep taxing the pitch count. Hope like heck you can get into their pin. And their ERA and their bullpen's the worst in the majors, 5.1.
The one guy you want to stay away from, though, is Joaquin Soria. He is their closer, and he has a 2.83 ERA and also has 21 saves this year. And they may ask him for a lot of outs. Morales goes. The pitch is down low and in.
Nice eye.
Second walk issued by Zach. Maybe he wanted that righty-righty matchup, but last time up, Jeff Mathis singled to center field.
Angels looking for a hero. Mathis, he's struggled a little bit with his average, but he has the potential for a single to score him. Maybe more. That ball was powered by him there.
94 miles an hour. Mickey Hatcher, the Angels hitting instructor, is really working with Jeff to hit to right field. Is this where you have to focus even more so that way against a hard thrower like Greinke?
Yeah, just shorten up your swing. Don't get too pull happy. Sometimes he does.
Would you go two-strike approach early in the count against a guy like Greinke?
No, because not with Mathis. Mathis is going to let one or two of them go. He took a good swing there. He's got some pop. He could hit a gap or hit a homer. It's not quite as potent as his roommate over there, Mike Napoli, who's watching tonight. But he'll start trying to shorten up that swing though. Right now, this is a big part of the game here, and the situation calls for just a lousy single.
One and two.
Now he'll just try to be selective, fight off anything that comes in there close. Doesn't want to be another strikeout victim. The Angels are trying. They just haven't been able to get the big hit with the runner in scoring position tonight.
Crowd picks up. Greinke with a 1-0 lead. Angels have 2 on with 2 out in the top of the 7th inning. Jeff thought Zach took too much time, so he calls time. In the dirt, no advance as the ball pops away about 8 feet from Olivo.
Hey, Angels 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position tonight, and all it's going to take is really just one to get this thing tied up and then tax the pitch count and get Greinke out of there. Angels might be able to sneak by with another win, but right now there's a big at bat here. 2-2 count. Mathis has got to look for the fastball and adjust to anything else. A doinker would be perfect.
That ball hit pretty well. Back goes Meyer. He has room and makes the catch. The Angels turn back in the 7th inning. Zach Greinke takes a 1-0 lead to the bottom of the 7th at Kauffman Stadium. mariachi band has been out on Mexican night. Great crowd on hand here in KC, despite the Royals in last place in the Central. They're facing the first place team in the West, the Angels. There's a base hit by Billy Butler. He's on for the second time as Butler has driven in the only run of the ball game, a single that scored Bloomquist back in the first inning.
Yep, and that was the last hitter that got on first base that back in the first inning, and Billy Butler does it again. So John Lackey just coming off of 17 retired straight Royals. He's retired until Butler just got that hit. So good job by John Lackey. Butler's 2 for 3 off of it.
Lackey versus Jacobs, who hit it sharply, but Figgins made a nice backhand play at third and threw him out. John wants the double play, and Jacobs takes off.
Yep, not a lot gets through that left side. Butler hit one that had eyes on it. Got right between the two rangy left side of the infielders there, Ibar and Figgins. If you don't hit it just right, you're not going to get it through there.
Angels trailing. Texas has already lost 5-4 to Baltimore. Angels can't lose any ground. They are 6-14 in their last 20 games to see their lead to go from 6.5 games to 3.5. Right now it's at 4 because Texas lost today. Angels will have in the top of the 8th inning the top of the order. Figgins, Izturis, Abreu, the speed and situational guys, and then the power. In the air, left side, Juan Rivera has to come in quickly, and he's there to make the catch. 1 out. The Angels have a great ticket offer for the Friday, September 11th home game. Now available. Fans can purchase view level seats for just $5 and right field pavilion seats as low as $10 when using the password college at angelsbaseball.com or the Angel Stadium ticket window. A lot of red in the stands tonight. Great matchup, and we have not been disappointed. Greinke has shut out the Angels through 7. Lackey has allowed 1 run almost through his 7. Tian sends it foul. Mark is 0 for 2 with a ground out and strikeout.
Well, in between innings, we had a shot of Trey Hillman, the manager of the Royals, getting on that phone to the bullpen, and I can only think of one guy he'll bring out to help out Zach Greinke, and that'll be his great closer, Joakim Soria. He's good, and I don't think that he's going to let anybody else in there.
Tian hits it sharply. It's past Figgins into left field. So that's the first multi-hit inning since the first. That base hit almost seemed to surprise Sean Figgins at third.
Yep, got some good wood on it. Fastball down and away. Figgy did all he could. You know, if he can't get it, not many other third basemen can.
John knows he has to be perfect. Greinke won't give up much. He hasn't given up anything through 7 innings. And now Olivo is the batter. He's 0 for 2.
He's hit into 10 double plays this year. John would love to make it 11.
Out of play right side. John he's got to be feeling good. His stamina has to be up there because he's only thrown 74 pitches. He's been averaging 10 pitches per inning, so he's not tired yet.
Nah, plus the weather here is beautiful. It's not hot at all. Perfect baseball weather. So he's not tired.
Oh, man. Mathis did a great job blocking that, or runners were in second and third with only 1 out.
Yeah, he's just able to get his glove, keep that ball from going back. Look at how he turns thumbs out. Thumbs out, did all he could. I thought it got under his glove. It just hit the webbing. Keeps the double play in order.
Olivo can hit the fastball. There's your Lackey Greinke comparison.
Minus the strikeouts, John pitched as good as Greinke has. He just doesn't have a lead. Hasn't got a run.
He waves at a breaking ball well away from him, and Miguel is walking away saying, what am I doing swinging at that pitch? But you know what? This is a guy who never walks. He's only walked 10 times this year, and he's struck out 110 times. John's going for the K right here. hey, if he's going to swing at some bad pitches, I may throw him another one. Maybe that was the discussion that Mathis had with Lackey. And then he blows a fastball right by him. It surprised Miguel, struck him out. Second K of the night for Lackey.
Right down Broadway. Good pitch. Challenged him. Mathis sitting up right in the middle of the plate. It's where he wants it. Drifted in a little bit. Only won't try to pull it.
Is that when a pitcher's convinced that the guy's sitting on his breaking ball?
Sometimes, yeah. You got to take a chance. Fastball there sometimes can bring a ground ball double play.
Here's Mitch Meyer. Trey Hillman likes this young man's potential. Meyer 27, but he was the team's first round pick in 2003. It took him a long time to get to the bigs. First round in 2003 out of the University of Toledo. He was a catcher in college. They drafted him to turn him into a third baseman, but now Trey is making him either a center fielder or a corner outfielder. Real hustler. Lackey's curve is not swung on by Meyer, who's hit one back to the mound, and John threw him out. Then he lined out to first last time up. He struck it well.
Meyer, you know, the fact that he can catch and play all the outfield positions, that bodes well for him. Because when you're making your team out of spring training, they're going to take a guy that's an extra catcher.
John wanted to go with the curve again
over somebody else. So this kid, he's got the fact that he's versatile and he can catch makes him valuable.
1-0 ball game. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Lackey trying to keep his club in it. 2 on, 2 out. 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air, center field. Hunter going back, still going back, gets there and makes the catch. So the 1-0 duel between Lackey and Greinke continues into the 8th. Royals leading 1-0. This is visions of May 9th when Zach Greinke lost to Joe Saunders 1-0. And he was locked in a brilliant duel, one of the best pitching performances we've seen this year by two guys going toe-to-toe. And Greinke will throw a low one inside to Sean Figgins as the Angels send the top of the order up. Figgins, Izturis, and Abreu. Zach has thrown 107 pitches now entering this 8th inning. And there's a fastball at the knees, and Figgins has a 1-1 count. Zach gave up just 1 run, but Saunders outpitched him, and it was Joe's first complete game shutout. It was a masterpiece. That was also a time when Kansas City was in first place on May 7th entering that series, and the Angels swept them. And they went from first place to dead last. They've gone 33-72 as a team since. That ball hit sharply, and it skips off of Bloomquist into right center, and Figgins, the tying run, is on.
Nice. That ball was hit hard. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave Figgy a hit on that, because he struck it well to the backhand side of the second baseman. That's a judgment play. You gotta stay down low on that ball like Bloomquist did. But sometimes when it's hit hard, it hits the dirt. You never know when it's going to come up or go down. It stayed up.
You wonder if Zach might be tiring. He's only walked 2, but they've come in the last 2 innings, and now he's given up a base hit to Sean Figgins. Or let's see how they rule that. They have not made a decision. It is an error on the second baseman, Bloomquist. And this defense, Rex, which has done a remarkable job through 7, all of a sudden opens the door to get back in this game.
Well, Figgins opened the door. Bloomquist didn't. That's a tough play to try to make. So it wasn't like he booted it. That was a good hard stroke by Figgy. Figgy's the catalyst of the team. He made it happen there and put the pressure on the defense.
Yabuta in the bullpen for Kansas City. You see his ERA not likely to give their fans a great deal of confidence. Figgins goes, pitch is swung on, base hit right field. Figgins around second, on his way to third, and the Angels have the tying run 90 feet away with nobody out in the 8th.
All right, Angel baseball, here you go. Roll that hole. See, they thought he was going to bunt because he squared around the first pitch. Second pitch, he pulls it back and slashes it right down that first base line. Butler, there's no way he could get it right to his right. And that's another Angel going first to third on a single. That's the 102nd time that's been done this year by the Angels. That's most in baseball. They pressure.
And Trey Hillman will play his middle infield back. They will give up a run to get 2 outs. Bobby Abreu has struck out, singled, and walked. Pitch to Abreu is in there for a strike. Well, if there ever was a time where Greinke would tell himself, I need to strike this guy out, it's right here. They have scored only 1 run in 15+ innings against Zach this year.
Well, they're close now with nobody out. I don't think you'll see a suicide squeeze from Abreu.
He's down in the count 0-2. Zach's bearing down.
Changeup. He's got an effective changeup against lefties he's going to go to. This game kind of reminds me of the interleague games back in San Francisco when they played the Giants and they swept them. And that last game was against Tim Lincecum, Cy Young Award winner, and they beat Lincecum in the 8th inning.
Bobby fights it off, left side, out of play. Zach has now thrown 114 pitches. Rex, we told our fans that the most he's thrown this year is 117. If he makes a mistake to Bobby, he has the ability to really drive it. 12 home runs this year. Very good situational hitter, but he's also a guy who has struck out 89 times this year. And he swings and misses and strikes out here, and the crowd roars in Kansas City.
Okay, Bobby Abreu being very aggressive in this at bat. He wanted to knock that run in and played right into Greinke's hand. That kind of movement, and you got an aggressive hitter, you're going to get a lot of swing and misses.
Trey Hillman is out. He's talking to Zach, who likely wants to stay in. He's gone 7 1/3 and talking with his mates, and he's talked his skipper into staying in the game. This is his ball game. Great duel with John Lackey of the Angels and Zach Greinke of the Royals. The Halos have a runner at third and Vlad Guerrero the batter.
Oh, you're right. It's his game all the way. He doesn't want to give it to the bullpen here. He wants to try to get through this inning if at all possible. He also knows that Vladdy hits into a lot of double plays, so he wants to try to keep that ball down. Historis could be on the move. And then you have a potential double steal situation. With Figgins at third base, if Olivo throws that ball down to second base, they could try to steal him a run.
Last night's hero at the plate. Guerrero ripped one past the third baseman Tian that scored the tying and winning run in the 8th. Fuentes collected his 38th save in the 9th. popped him up. Greinke wants it. Olivo calls him up and makes the catch. What a job by Zach to get Abreu and Vlad Guerrero with the tying run just 90 feet away.
Another missed opportunity on a ball way inside. Vladdy, we know how he hits those pitches inside. Sometimes he hits them and sometimes he doesn't. And he couldn't come through there with a sac fly. Now clean knocks, and what it takes, Torrey Hunter, he has the ability to do that. Nail biting time if you're the Royals.
Torrey Hunter 0 for 3. He's lined out, struck out, and flied out. Angels had an opportunity in the 5th inning with Eric Ibar at third base and 1 out. Sean Figgins hit a fly ball that looked to be deep enough. David DeJesus made the catch, and then a tremendous throw home for a F7/2 double play. Strike 1.
Right where Olivo's set up. Good hard two-seamer underneath the bat of Hunter. Fans start to get on their feet here, and they should. This has been an outstanding game by their ace.
He's done it himself this inning. I don't think the Angels would send his Turris. Figgins reached on the air. His Turris singled on a hit and run. Abreu struck out. Guerrero popped up. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's raring back and giving it what he has left. And Rex, that's at 97 miles an hour.
Okay, same spot as the previous pitch. Didn't get a swing on that time. Torrey looking out over the plate.
Base hit. Left center field ties the game. Figgins scores. Is Turris to third, and Hunter comes through for the Halos.
Looked like a little slider that didn't break a lot right over the plate, and Torrey shaking his hand saying, yep, I got him. All right, new game. Now Royals fans will sit down, and maybe the Angels will go ahead and try to get another clutch hit. See that slider? It stayed up right over the plate. Look at Olivo. Watch his reaction. He hits that. Torrey doesn't. He goes, oh, man. Great stroke. Torrey finds the right time to get his base hit of the night. Yeah. Tough, Greinke.
He has battled throughout, and one guy who's hurt him, Kendry Morales, 2 for 3 with a double and a single. Kendry swings and misses on a fastball at 96, so Greinke still has plenty left in his tank. Man, he's raring back and letting that heat go. It has been as advertised. Lackey and Greinke now back to square one. 1-1 ball game. Again, you could hear him grunt like a tennis player at Wimbledon.
And he was a great tennis player when he was young. When he was 9 and 10-year-old, he was 50-0 in tennis. You couldn't beat him.
Played both tennis and golf in the 14-year-old age group at the age of 11. Popped up foul. That'll get out of play.
There's an off-speed pitch. He's almost better off staying with the fastballs to Morales. Morales, he'll hit the fastballs, but anything that floats up there like Hunter's pitch is hittable.
But you wonder what kind of doubt is in the Royals' minds and what kind of confidence is in the Angels' minds. The Angels in first place, and they also have won all 7 meetings against KC this year. KC maybe with the idea of, hey, what are they going to do to beat us? And the Angels might be thinking, what are we going to do to get the big hit, the big time? Morales swings and misses and strikes out, but Hunter comes through to tie the game. And we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Locked up at 1 between Greinke and Lackey. Player of the Week. Zach Greinke's evening is over. He allowed 1 run through 8 innings, but matched beautifully by John Lackey, who gave up a run in the first inning and nothing since. Got out of a tough jam in the 7th inning, and now he'll face hitters 8, 9, and 1, Betancourt, Anderson, and DeJesus in the 8th inning. Fabulous game. You and I have been looking forward to this all week long when we found out that Kansas City had flipped Greinke to Saturday and Mesh to Friday. Then Mesh got scratched. There's a base hit up the middle by Yuniesky Betancourt.
Hey fans, the first ever AM 8:30 Celebrity Golf Tournament takes place September 23rd and 24th at Pechanga Resort in Temecula. Spectators are welcome, so come out and see your favorite celebrities from TV, sports, music, and more. For more details on the tournament and how you can participate, visit am830net.net golf. Proceeds will benefit the Angels Baseball Foundation. That's am830.net golf. And there's a lot of good things going on. We've got some great actors there. We've got comedian Bill Engvall, Bobby Grich, Willie Galt. There's going to be a lot of folks. You're welcome to come on out. And also don't forget the 50-50 charity golf ball drop, folks. Go on that AM 830 online. $25 a piece. They're going to drop those balls. It's going to be exciting, folks. Be a part of it.
Anderson, will he bunt? Yes, he will. Lackey up with it, going to second. They get the force.
Oh, that's a good gamble, and it paid off. Lackey pounced on it just like Zach Greinke did earlier in the game on that bunt he fielded. He got the force out, or the tag out at third, but this one here, John Lackey, he's wanting to go to second all the way. Got it there just in time. Good play.
And Rex, it's something they did not go with last night after Bloomquist led off the 9th inning with a base hit, and the Kansas City Royals trailing by a run. And the result was Betancourt hit into a 6-4-3 double play, which really killed the rally. Now DeJesus up with a runner at first base. DeJesus almost doubled back in the 3rd inning, but Rivera made a nice over-the-shoulder catch. Anderson, tremendous speed. He has stolen 17 bases this year. Soria starting to warm in that Kansas City bullpen. He'll likely come out for the 9th, even if the game is tied. Ball 1. DeJesus 0 for 3 tonight, but with 12 home runs and 65 RBIs this year. Anderson, we told you of his brilliant speed. He led the nation in stolen bases in college with 57, and twice in the minor leagues led his league in stolen bases. That was back in 05 and 06. John chases him back.
Sometimes you take a chance on a steal to get into scoring position. Hit home.
Runner goes. Throw by Mathis. Got him!
Boy, I'll tell you, that's a heck of a throw, but also the fact that Ivar blocked the base. He got his feet in the way, and Anderson couldn't get there. Heck of a tag. Nice throw and tag. And like I said, you got to take a gamble sometimes, and that's try to get the scoring position and get that winning run in there. Potential winning run for Zach Greinke. Here it is. Good to watch Ivar's feet. His feet was in the way of the left hand of Anderson. Watch it. Sometimes you can block him out with your feet or your knee. Look at him put that foot right in front of the base. That's an excellent job. Look at Mathis saying, yes, big throw out.
Jerry Crawford, who's the crew chief, a veteran umpire. Trey Hillman had him backing up into shallow left field with Hillman right in his face, and Jerry giving him some rope. Trey has not removed his hands from his jacket and now will make the slow walk back to the dugout. But a huge play here in the 8th inning, and that may be the best throw and most important throw from Jeff Mathis this year.
I would agree with that. but he got some help from Ibar. If Ibar's foot's not in front of the base, his hand gets in there. So that was equally good from Ibar as well. Using some instincts there. You can also drop your knee. Whenever the ball's in flight, you can put your knee in front of the base on a head first slider, or do what he did, put his foot right in the middle of the base.
A chopper back to Lackey. He'll take it, and that ends the inning. We head to the 8th inning, but what a throw by John Lackey's battery mate, Jeff Mathis. An absolute seed to second base to catch one of the fastest men in baseball, Josh Anderson. Best pitching duel of the day in Major League Baseball, and both pitchers have been outstanding. Lackey 89 pitches, Greinke 125. 1-1 game going to the 9th.
Couldn't have scripted it any better, and it's as advertised. Now we'll see. It's going to be the battle of their bullpen, but they've got their best guy out there right now.
Joakim Soria, the 125 pitches thrown by Greinke. That's a career high. Soria is their closer, and he established a season high with 4 strikeouts and converted his 4th 2-inning save since July 25th. First batter is Juan Rivera. First pitch swinging. Anderson is there for the out.
Okay, that was a cutter, and it cut away from Juan Rivera. He couldn't get a good part of the bat on him. It's a 94-mile-an-hour cut fastball he'll use, and he's got a curve slider and change. One of the rare relievers that will throw all 4 pitches. He's got a nice curve ball, 12-6 breaker, slider, and a changeup, and he'll use them all, like I said. Especially with 2 strikes on the hitter, you don't know what's coming. You got to look for the fastball.
Eric Ibar has been on all 3 times with a double, single, and walk. Fakes a bunt. Ball 1. Soria, good size, 6'3", 204, has been really a surprise for Kansas City. They weren't sure last year who their closer would be, but he had 42 saves last year. Half of that this year, but it's because the team only has 51 wins. In there.
All right, we're going to take a look at that throw out. A nice assist by Ibar. Watch Ibar's foot. He puts that foot right there in front of the base. Anderson's left hand can't get in there. And then by the time he gets it on top of the base, he's out. Crawford made the right call.
2 balls, 1 strike to Eric. For the little things in this game that add up. The throw by DeJesus. Now the throw by Jeff Mathis.
Little things in the game will help your team win, just like what Ibar did, not just there, but last night's game. That throw that got DeJesus off second.
Billy Butler had an RBI single in the first inning to give Kansas City a 1-0 lead. It stayed that way until the 8th. The Angels had him first and third, and Torrey Hunter roped a single to center field that scored Sean Figgins. 1-1. Soria's 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed, struck him out.
Okay, so they're going from one great starter in Greinke to an outstanding closer in Soria. It's not going to be any easier. Okay, look at that running fastball there. He took a little something off of that and got some movement away. So he's got a little cutter in. He's got a two-seamer away. Curve, slider, and change.
Jeff Mathis singled in the 5th. He's 1 for 3. Strike one. Kansas City trying to retire the Angels in order for the first time since the first inning. Greinke, as good as he was, the Angels continued to pressure him throughout. That's something that Mickey Hatcher's encouraged by. He said, even yesterday, we've been in a slump, but he said we walked 8 times in the middle 3 innings to give ourselves a chance. And he said we're continuing to pressure opponents with good at-bats.
And that's exactly what it does. It pressures opponents. He's down 0-2 right here. Olivo went out and had a little chat with him, saying probably shouldn't give him anything too good. He's got a little pop. It's just his 9th pitch coming.
1-2.
Here's the curve. But the fact that he hadn't expended many pitches in this inning means he might come back out for another inning. He's coming off of a 40-pitch outing a couple days ago.
Mathis swings and misses and strikes out. Soria only needed 10 pitches to get through the 9th. We head to the bottom of the 9th. We'll see Mr. Lackey. One ball game. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning. John Lackey, who has thrown 89 pitches through 8 innings. There is John's wife, the lovely Krista Lackey. They were married last November 15th. She's sitting next to Amanda Quinlan, Rob Quinlan's bride. And you know what? She looks rather calm. I'd be on the edge of my seat.
She's enjoying it, just like John is.
Yeah, he is. Ground ball. Figgins has it. He has been remarkable this year. Takes another hit away from an opponent.
Yep, he's in because Bloomquist will bunt. And Figgy picks it up on the short hop. Runs it over to first base and rifles him out. And Krista says, yes, that's one.
Hey, John could go 10. He could put one of those Jack Morris games together when Jack went 10 innings in that World Series for Minnesota.
Well, I don't think so. She'll let him do that.
Hey, if he has a quick inning, why not?
Right.
He's not even a.
You never know. I mean, his pitch efficiency has been great. He's been 1, 2, 3 innings.
He's at 91 pitches right now.
And that's a great job of getting in that strike zone and getting some early count outs.
Butler is 2 for 3. He's the one guy who's hurt John the most. The single to drive in a run in the first inning and a single to left field just past the Angels third baseman Sean Figgins to open the 7th. He's got good power with 41 doubles and 15 home runs. In now.
Nice corner. Firm. Getting ahead of hitters. He looks as fresh as he did in that first inning. This has got to be his best outing of the year.
A bouncer in the dirt, just considering the matchup that he had with Zach Greinke. John did have that 3-hit shutout over Oakland back on July 19th.
7 straight quality starts Mike Butcher has gotten from his starters. Watch out. They start competing against each other. That's going to be really special down the stretch because they're going to play some pretty good teams.
Butler swings and misses and strikes out. Krista says, you bet, one more and then go get him in the 10th.
Yeah, good little slider. Struck a tough batter out there. He likes to put the ball in play.
I'm glad you brought that up, Rex, because this is 7 straight quality starts. Weaver, Lackey, Saunders, Santana, Casimir, then Weaver again last night. Now John Lackey. That quintet has allowed only 4 earned runs in almost 50 innings. 49 innings right now.
Yeah, and just in the nick of time when their offense has kind of hit a little bump in the road, pitching to the rescue. And once that offense gets going again, they're going to be tough down the stretch. They keep getting quality starts like this. Guys going deep into the game.
Jacobs fouls it out of play. 0-2. Lackey right now at 97 pitches. And he really hasn't had one inning that taxed him. I mean, he was averaging 10 pitches per inning the first 5.
I'm sure he gets this out here. He'll go in that dugout. Him and Michael have a little chit chat about coming out in the 10th.
High fastball. Yeah. Mike has said many times that if you take the number of starts he has minus the number of complete games, that's the number of times that John will be mad at me when I take him out.
Well, you've got to get through this tough batter here. Keep those off-speed pitches down and fastballs away. Don't put anything in his wheelhouse.
The most pitches that John has thrown in any one inning is 16, and that was in the first inning. And Mike Scioscia talks about that. He says it's not the total number of pitches that a pitcher throws, but if he is overtaxed in one particular inning, that could fatigue him later in a ball game. His 100th pitch of the game is coming right here. Line to left field. That's a base hit. It will go into the corner. Juan Rivera plays it, and Jacobs has himself a 2-out double.
Okay. John's had excellent focus the entire game, and now he's gonna really have to focus in getting Mark Teahen out. Teahen's an excellent hitter. There's a ball that's left out over the middle of the plate. Jacobs put a short swing on him. Wasn't trying to hit a homer. Just laid one down the line for a double.
Angels baseball is brought to you by Infinity. Luxury cars that inspire at every turn. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler back at Kauffman Stadium. Mike Butcher came running out after the double. You've got a left-hander coming up in Mark Teahen. Do you think the discussion might be about let's walk the lefty to get to the righty?
It sure is, and I would, if I was Mike Butcher, I would tell him to put him on, put Teahen on. It's a dangerous matchup, and face the righty in Olivo. We'll wait and see what happens. With 2 outs here in a walk-off situation. Don't want it to happen, but it looks like they're going to pitch to him. John probably talked Mike Butcher out of it, saying, hey, look, I'm not giving in to anyone. Tien sprays the ball around. Outfielder's going to have to stay shallow.
Maybe he told him, well, then you better not let any of them close, because this guy can hurt you. John Lackey, remember, has allowed a .275 batting average to left-handers, .242 to right-handers. Tien a much better hitter than Olivo when you consider batting average. And he gets a strike across, so he did throw him one, and it's a 1-1 count.
Yeah, that was a little slider. Just get me over slider, and he kept it on the outer half of the plate. Tien typically is going to be a little bit aggressive here, but he wanted to take a strike just to make sure John wasn't going to try to just pitch around him.
They're coming inside, and he fouled it off. That may have been ball 2, but John with tremendous command throughout the evening.
Good spot. Now let's see after that hard fastball in, as he doesn't change up away here. Put your nose. This is a big point in the game. All comes down in a pitcher's duel to this at bat.
Jacobs doubled with 2 out. He represents the winning run. Lackey and Mathis together. What pitch will we make to Mark Tien? Tien has struck out 110 times this year, so he will chase. So maybe John will try and get him to chase something out of the strike zone.
Well, you know Tien wants to be the hero. Any hitter up in a situation where you have a walk-off opportunity, you want to be the guy. So he's going to be a little aggressive. Let's see if he can get him.
They appeal. He did not go, and the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Try to get Tien to chase. Will he come back inside with that breaking ball?
He might. I don't know. I wouldn't throw a breaking ball, but if he comes in, he wants to come in hard and off the dish. About 2 or 3 inches. Don't give him anything out over the plate. Outfielders are all pretty shallow. Torrey Hunter in center is shallow. Juan Rivera, they know. And Jacobs runs okay for a designated hitter.
Well, he did come down and in with that breaking ball. Once again, Lackey with tremendous command, making sure it was not above the knees.
Yeah, making sure it's down. If it's hit, infielder's got to dive, knock it down. But I'm sure now that John Lackey's well into his hundreds, that this will be it for him.
You're right.
And there'll be no debating the 10th inning here, Theory, because he's got the game on the line right here.
Oh, fastball in there, strike 3 called, and Lackey comes off the mound knowing that he pitched a great game. Krista, his wife, in the stands, now roaring for her man, and look at this, Hud.
Oh, that's some paint on the black, Big John. Yes, what an outing.
Nine innings.
Oh, best start of the year, no question about it, hands down. Through 106 total pitches, 23 of 32 first pitch strikes, And 5 first pitch outs. John had the pitch count down low. He finishes him off with a nice fastball on the outside part of the plate. Job well done, Big John. You are on tracky, John Lackey. Keep the continued streak going of quality starts. 7, did your job and did it well.
You just heard John yell out Yabuda. That's the new pitcher, Yasuhiko Yabuda, and he has only pitched in 2 games this year. Allowed 5 runs in an inning and 2/3. We're surprised that they didn't bring Soria back after he only needed 10 pitches to get out of the 9th. So Yabuda in to face Sean Figgins, Meiser Asturis, and Bobby Abreu. Fastball at 92, strike 1.
Yabuda shouldn't look. He should be the easiest looking pitcher they've seen all night. He's got an 88 to 92 mile an hour fastball. He's going to throw a little slider changeup and a split finger. He's a finesse kind of pitcher. So the Angels, they have the confidence to win, and he takes another strike there. So Yabuda comes right out early doing what he should do. But you know, the Angels, they win, and they win them big, and they win them tight, and they have confidence, and they're playing for a lot. Kansas City's not. They're playing to spoil. So that's why Soria didn't come back out. If they're in a pennant race, Kansas City, Soria's back out there.
Figgins takes low, and it was Sean that started the Angel rally in the 8th inning when he hit it sharply, and it took a crazy hop, and Willie Bloomquist could not handle the baseball. It was ruled an error, and Sean would come around to score the tying run on a base hit by Torrey Hunter with 2 out off Greinke.
Okay, there's the split finger. Got to watch out for that one. He got a split finger that he's going to use as his out pitch.
Yabuda signed a 2-year deal with the Royals in November of 2007 and was 1-3 with a 4.78 ERA and 31 relief outings for KC last year. Three and 2, so he's gone from 0-2 to 3-2.
Okay, and Figgy, he's seen more pitches than any other American League batter this year and doing another good job of 3 and 2 right here, and he'll take that walk as good as a knock.
Ground ball third. Tian has it. His throw in time. Figgins is out. And fans, place your bid today on an Angels themed basket or a plate designed by Angels wives and girlfriends. Baskets contain autographed and game used items signed by Angels players and much more. Honorary first pitch and play ball kit are also included. Log on to the auction section of angelsbaseball.com to bid now through September 7th. Proceeds benefit the Angels Baseball Foundation.
Hey, just 2 more days, folks. They'll be up for bid.
Yabuda drops a strike across to Meiser Asturis. Singled his last time up to send Figgins to third. Fuentes the left-hander, Jepson the right-hander.
If it's tied, Jepson will be in. If they go ahead, it'll be Fuentes.
In there, 1 and 2. So Yabuda painting the corner. He had his contract selected from AAA Omaha just a week ago, and he was 2-1 with a 3.55 ERA and 26 relief appearances for the Omaha Royals.
Doing a nice job hitting that corner.
Made a mistake there, and Asturis almost got him, but flies out to right field. So 2 gone in the 10th inning. Well, now you've got a guy who's been able to help out John Lackey in the past. Back on July 19th, Bobby Abreu in a 0-0 game when Lackey had gone 9 complete. In the 10th, Bobby took the closer, Andrew Bailey, out, and the Angels won the ball game 1-0. So perhaps now Bobby coming up in a game that Lackey went 9 can do it again.
Oh, now it's a totally different pitcher. Yabuta's been throwing that sinker on the outside part of the plate. The other closer, Brown, he was a fastball guy mainly. So this guy's going to finesse and try to keep it on the outside part of the plate and get ground ball outs.
Bobby told me after the game he zoned him. He said, if I get a fastball in a certain zone, I'm going to try and hit a home run. He got it on the second pitch. He doesn't try that often to hit a home run. He has 12 this year, but in certain situations he will. And he turned on the Bailey fastball and hit it out.
Yeah, there's some professional hitters that are able to do that, but even though you're looking for that pitch, how many times you see him foul that baby up, but he squared it up and in grand fashion helped out Big John, like you said. But I don't know if he can do it with a homer here, but he can get on base, steal a base, and maybe Vladdy could knock him in, who's on deck. Abreu's going to work the count like he always does.
We're at the top of the 10th inning, tied at 1. Three and 1. Bobby trying to get on with Vlad Guerrero waiting his turn on deck. Yabuta came into Wednesday's game with 1 out in the 2nd inning, and Oakland leading 3-0 after Brian Bannister exited with right shoulder fatigue. Oakland scored 5 runs off of Yabuta. In there, 3-2. Bobby was thinking about pulling the trigger.
Well,
he held off.
He wasn't looking in there. Yabuta's been staying away. Had he been looking in there, he probably could have turned on that one. But he just wants to get on base.
Misses inside, ball 4. A 2-out walk to Bobby Abreu. Another quality at bat by the veteran from Venezuela. He now has 81 walks this year, and here comes Big Daddy.
That was a tough pitch to lay off of. I don't know how he didn't get called out on that. That was a split finger that was perfectly placed. Oh my. So Yabuta says, oh man, you walked him. Now I gotta face this guy. He's due.
Who's a good off-speed hitter. Abreu always a threat to go. Was picked off, and that's a shot down the left field line. Foul.
Okay, let's check out the 3-2 pitch to Abreu. Yabuta's going to get a lot of guys to swing and miss at that. That's a perfect pitch. He'll take the walk, and he sold it nicely. When you got a reputation of being a premium on-base guy that walks a lot, umpire going to give you that. Vladdy not wasting any time. Pulled that ball foul last night. In his first 2 or 3 at-bats of the night, he was over swinging. And we were talking about him. He's just pulling that head off a little bit. Then when he got the game-winning hit, he kept his hands and his head quiet, and he just went ahead and threw him on an inside pitch and knocked in 2 runs with a single.
Ground ball short. Betancourt has it. His throw in time. Guerrero is out. We head to the bottom of the 10th here in Kansas City, tied at 1. Hillman, his manager, come over and say, job well done.
Yep.
Keep it up.
Can you do it again? He said.
Exactly.
Gotta have you.
Well, Kevin Jepsen will come out of the Angels pen. The pen is well rested because the starters have been excellent the last week. Jepsen came on in the 8th inning to shut out the Kansas City Royals after the Angels took a 2-1 lead on Vlad Guerrero's single to left field that played at Sean Figgins and Meister Asturis with the tying and go ahead runs. Now in the bottom half of the 10th, Miguel Olivo, Mitch Meyer, and Yuniesky Betancourt.
All right, more hard fastballs. Jepsen's got one that goes to 98, overhand curve and a power slider.
Ball one.
Slider's been a pitch that's been added about halfway through the season due to the outstanding smarts of Mike Butcher, their pitching coach, and it's helped this kid immensely. He's now elevated to a prominent role in the bullpen.
They say he did not go, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Kevin struck out the first batter he faced last night, Billy Butler. Got a good hitter swinging. Miguel does not strike out much. Went right after him with the heat at 99 miles an hour. Miguel and Mike Jacobs are tied for the Royal lead with 17 home runs this year. And he again chases the high heat, and Kevin back even at 2-2.
Yeah, you can't touch that when that's above the belt like that at that velocity, man. It's tough. But I tell you what, Jepsen has really come on with his confidence. He's a confident pitcher now, and it shows.
There's the slider, and he strikes him out.
Good hard arm. Socha loves the guys that throw hard. He calls them scud throwers. He says, man, we got some good scuds there. Olivo tried to break his bat, didn't even break, and he got in anger.
Is it because the hard throwers have a better chance of getting away with a mistake?
Well, sure. They can blow it by the zone. They can throw it right down the middle of the plate, and if it's a hitter's not right on it, he'll swing and miss it or foul into the catcher's glove.
Mitch Meyer takes strike one. Meyer 0 for 3 is grounded out, lined out, and flied out. He has 3 home runs this year. All 3 have come in the last 2 weeks. Out of play, strike 2.
You know, just one time I'd like to see you put a helmet on, Fizz, and get up there and stand in that batter's box. I want you to stand in there, and man, we will laugh till the sun comes up.
Hud, I know exactly what would happen.
Well, would you have the courage to stand in there on a 98-mile-an-hour heater?
I would take 3 and then do my soldier boy back to the dugout. There is strike 3. Put that bat on my shoulder and walk back.
Oh, but I'll tell you, that nice little power slider of Jepsen's has made a big difference in his arsenal, the weapons that he's got. I mean, he's totally scrapped that big curveball. All he needs now is that hard fastball and that's power slider. And that was the overhand curve there a little bit, but he normally has a lot more break to his curve. And that pitch was getting hit early in the year.
Here is Betancourt. He was singled his last time up, and he sends one to Figgins, who backhands. Long throw in the dirt, scooped nicely by Morales. A 1-2-3 10th by Kevin Jepsen. We head to the 11th, and we'll see Hunter, Morales, and Rivera when we come back.
Top of the 11th inning, Sean Figgins continues to put on a defensive clinic. Now this pitch here, Jepson, good little cutter. See, he swings it, gets it down. Not exactly an easy play. Backhander, he gathers his feet, throws it over. A little short hop pick by Morales. Pitching and defense wins you games.
And it certainly has the last week, because the Angels haven't scored that many runs. The Angels offense has scored just 4 runs the last 39 innings. They were able to win last night 2-1. Jared Weaver allowed 1 run in 7 innings, and Lackey has been outstanding tonight. He allowed just 1 run in 9 innings, and then Jepson with a 1-2-3-10. Hunter takes low. The same year that Jose Guillen signed with Kansas City, the Royals were also going after Torrey Hunter. They were unable to get Hunter as he signed rather late. Angels came after him. Texas, the White Sox, Royals were all after Torrey. And he hits it to left field for a base hit. And it was Hunter who singled last time up that tied the game when he singled in Sean Figgins. So now he's on, representing the go-ahead run.
That's right. Torrey, he's getting his hits when it really matters here late in the game, getting on base. Now Hunter, he's a guy that'll try to get a little quick jump on a steal. We'll see what Socia wants to do here with Morales up. He might just leave him put, because this is the kind of guy that Morales can handle.
Yeah, Morales made a great adjustment last week, Rex, at home on that. Was it a changeup, a curveball that he hit out in that 6 RBI game?
It was a changeup off Ziegler. Pitcher reliever for Oakland.
But he has the Angels probably their best bat speed on the team, even better than Vlad Guerrero.
He's going to vary his hold times is Yabuta for a runner. Does a pretty good job of holding him. He's got a slide step he'll mix in occasionally. Torrey getting a little extra lead.
He's stolen 15. He's been caught 3 times. Way back to the screen, and Hunter now in scoring position with nobody out.
All right, now Morales' job is to get him over. He wants to get a ball he can pull and get Hunter to third base. Now he'd like to get him over and in, but he's going to take a shot to pull that ball here. This ball just gets away. And Olivo, ball was right there. He looked like he was not really focusing on that, making the catch, but the ball got away from him, and Angels advantage.
Morales has more RBIs than any Angel, 94. He has 2 hits in tonight's game, a double and a single. He waves at that offering on 2-0. He thought he would get a fastball and did not get it. Well, KC has the most wild pitches by far in the American League, 78.
Hey, Morales, you saw that short little swing. That was his pull to get him over swing. Go to another off-speed pitch here.
Two and two.
He's staying with that and on the outside part of the plate. It's a big AB right here. Little things you can do can make a big difference. To get that runner to third base. Torrey Hunter checking the outfielders out. Want to know where they are, making a mental note of it so he can react quicker off the bat.
He strikes him out. After throwing a wild pitch, he has 3 beautiful pitches to strike out Kendry Morales.
That's a good example of a situation that you don't have a really good situational hitter up. Morales is a run producer and a driver. He's up there trying to think. He's thinking, trying to pull the ball over. See, and he didn't look good because he took him out of his game a little bit. He knew that he wanted to try to pull that ball over, but his swings, we haven't seen 3 hacks in 1 at bat like that all year from Morales. Some guys are good at situational hitting, others aren't.
Hunter still in scoring position now for Juan Rivera. And this is not a situational spot. They just want Juan to find a pitch that he can drive. Get Hunter home from second base.
He'd like to give that ball a drink in their fountain. Yabuta doing a pretty good job of keeping his sinker running into righties.
He hit a home run earlier this week on the road trip in Seattle when he took a low pitch away from him and pulled it into the bullpen at Safeco Field in Seattle. The Angels won that game 10-0. Then they lost the next two in Seattle. They won last night 2-1 here in Kansas City. And they know they have a chance to gain a game in the standings because Texas lost in Baltimore today 5-4.
Okay, he's using a lot of off-speed stuff. Now, the Angels facing Zach Greinke and Joakim Soria for 10 pitches. You know, saw some pretty firm fastballs. But right here, they're getting a little dose of changeup, split fingers, and sinkers from Yabuta.
Towards right field. Foul.
Oh, that would have been a beautiful doinker, but it just went foul a little bit. Hung up there, and Butler couldn't run it down. They'll try it again. Torrey Hunter had a little practice run coming around third base.
Yabuta, the last two batters, Hud, has fallen behind both Morales and Rivera, and then on 2-0, he has not thrown his fastball, and it's kind of seemed to get the Angels off balance a little bit. Now he's fought back to even the count after Hunter led off the inning with a base hit to left field.
Well, having played a year in Japan, facing Japanese pitchers, they pitch backwards. What I mean by that is in a fastball count, they're going to throw you something other than a fastball.
Just barely outside. The count is still 3-2.
That's a good pitch there. He tried to sneak it on the outside part of the plate. Now there's no telling what he'll throw. Hunter at second base with one out. See, he's making a mental note of where them outfielders are playing. He's saying that Meyer is playing Juan Rivera to the opposite field.
Bounces in the dirt. No advance by Torrey. It's ball 4, and the Angels had him on first and second with one out here in the 11th inning. And Yabuta, it seems like, trying to tease the Angels. He was able to strike out Kendry Morales on 3 pitches after falling behind 2-0. The Royals scored a run in the first inning on a Billy Butler single. The Angels waited until the 8th off Zach Greinke to punch a base hit and a run home on a single by Hunter that scored Sean Figgins from third base.
Okay, the Royals outfielders are all coming in. They're moving in about 3 or 4 steps. Okay, they're going to make it close on a single. Ibar, if he could just find a gap or a line like he has been.
Yabuta misses terribly on the first pitch to Ibar, who has doubled, singled, walked, and struck out.
They all have really good arms out there too. We saw DeJesus make an outstanding throw to keep the Angels off the board early in the game on a sac fly attempt down the left field line. He throws well, and Meyer has 10 outfield assists in center.
Ibar with a base hit to right field. Evil's going to send him home. And here's the throw to the plate offline. The Angels take a 2-1 lead.
Angels looking for a hero, and Ibar has been all over the ball tonight. Now that's his 3rd hit with a walk and a strikeout. Excellent job of staying on this pitch. It's on the outside part of the plate where Yabuta has been putting that ball, and takes a 3-swinger to go out and hit it off the end of the bat, so it wouldn't hit so hard, and therefore it gave Hunter a little bit of extra chance to get around third base and bring home the go-ahead run. Angels know how to win games, and unfortunately for the Royals, they know how to lose them.
Kansas City going to that bullpen, and they are a weary bunch. The Angels now with a 2-1 lead in the top of the 11th. We'll be right back. give to Brian Fuentes, who likely will come on for the bottom of the 11th inning.
Well, that's why you have some September call-ups. Now, when you're on a championship team, you're not going to get a lot of playing time, but when you got speed like Willits, you get a chance to come into a game to help make a difference, give a little insurance.
Jamie Wright with Willits at second base and Eric Ibar at first base will face Jeff Mathis. Wright pitched a scoreless 7th inning last night, then yielded a pair of walks with 1 out in the 8th inning. Both runners would score, handing Jamie the loss.
He's going to sink his fastball.
Jeff Mathis takes strike 1.
Ooh, there's a curveball, and I think it fooled Olivo.
Jeff talking with the home plate umpire, Phil Cuzzy.
Yeah, that's what they call a cross-up. Olivo did a good job, though. He thinks it's going to be a sinker, and it ends up being a breaking ball. Says, whoa, we got to go talk this one out.
We got a man on second base. We're going with some crazy signs as it is.
A pass ball here would move him up, keep him out of the double play.
Time called. They brought on Wright because he does have the good sinking fastball, and I'm sure Trey Hillman is hoping to get Mathis to hit it on the ground, and maybe Betancourt and Bloomquist can turn it into a double play. Jeff takes low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mathis really catching a nice game. Boy, was he in a good rhythm with Lackey tonight. John, 9 innings of 1-run baseball. Then Jepson, a perfect 10th.
Yeah, I saw Mathis peak at third base at Tien. He's back. Maybe he'll try to bunt one here.
He's swinging and fouls it off. 1-2.
Sometimes when the hitter gets in the batter's box, he peeks and sees where that third baseman is, and that's what Mathis sees. He took another look down there. With 2 strikes, he probably won't do it now, but Tien's back. Wants to prevent anything getting by him.
Willits was thinking about going, had a huge lead and then a jump, but Wright had not made a move. And then when the second baseman Bloomquist broke from second to cover, Reggie went back to the bag.
Yeah, they were attempting a double steal there.
They do not, and Mathis flips it foul, out of play.
Mathis has a base hit. He got it back in the 5th. Thought the Angels had something going off Zach Greinke. A couple base hits in that inning, but they just couldn't get him through. The Angels were 0 for 4 in runners in scoring position. Couldn't get a big hit off of Zach. But they ended up taxing his pitch count and got him out of the game.
The runners do not go, and Mathis swings and misses and strikes out. So that's 2 gone in the 11th inning. The Angels have scored the go-ahead run on a base hit by Torrey Hunter. He went to second base on a wild pitch. Morales struck out. Juan Rivera walked, and then Eric Ibar roped a single to right field. And on the throw home by right fielder Josh Anderson, Hunter was able to score when the throw was offline. Now Figgins up. Sean's been on once in 5 at bats. He reached on the air in the 8th inning, and he would score the tying run when Hunter singled him home. Hunter has been part of both runs tonight, driving in the tying run, scoring the go-ahead. Playing another marvelous center field. Angels trying to win and go 4.5 games up on Texas in the American League West. After tonight, 28 games left in the season in 30 days. Sean chops one to second. Bloomquist in, throws him out, but the Angels score a run on a base hit by Hunter and a single by Ibar that gives him a 2-1 lead. That means it's Brian Fuentes time. Willie Bloomquist for a 1-0 lead. It stayed that way until the 8th when Torrey Hunter single scored Sean Figgins. It's a 1-1 game, and then in the 11th, Eric Ibar with a base hit that scored Torrey Hunter. Angels up 2-1. Now they'll try and hold on with a new left fielder, Reggie Willits, in for Juan Rivera. He came on to pinch run for Juan in that last inning, and of course to close it out, the left-hander Brian Fuentes. 38 saves this year, tied for the American League lead with the great Mariano Rivera of the New York Yankees. A 4 ERA, rather high, but Fuentes has been solid. 45 innings of work, 42 hits, 16 walks, and 41 strikeouts. He will face a pinch hitter in Brian Pena, pinch hitting for Josh Anderson. He has good power, 5 home runs in only 121 at bats. And he takes strike 1.
Yeah, he's Trey Hillman's best pinch hitter. 13 appearances. He's at 4 hits. One of those a pinch hit homer. So he's got him in there to try to hit one over the wall.
Sends it out of play, so Fuentes has the count his way. 0-2. He's got the fastball. He's got those 2 different sliders, a changeup, and Pena's only seen his fastball so far. Brian's just the second left-hander in the history of the game to have a 30-save season in both leagues. Did it with Colorado. He's done it with the Angels. He joins Randy Myers. And there's a ground ball struck to Morales, and there's the first out of the bottom of the 11th.
Okay, he stayed with the fastball again, just put it out of the zone a little, and that's a good pitch.
Now you have the lefty-lefty matchup that Brian has really thrived on this year, and it's David DeJesus, who is 0 for 4 in the game against the right-hander John Lackey. Fuentes has allowed just a .211 batting average to left-handed batters this year, 12 for 57, and he has not allowed 1 home run.
Sweep that breaker. He'll probably go strike 1 with a fastball.
And DeJesus stays with it and sends a single to right field. David around first base, going for second, and they throw behind to the wrong base. In between. And DeJesus now represents the tying run, so a mistake by the Angels.
Well, this ball was lobbed right in the gap. Okay, Abreu looked like he wanted to take this ball. Might have had a better angle towards second base on the throw, but DeJesus continued to second base and challenged the outfielders because it was a tweener. It was right there. Wasn't hit too hard, and he's got good speed. This is heads up. Torrey went ahead and took it ahead of him, and the spin throw was not good. And he just kept going. Abreu had a little bit better angle there, but Torrey, he's the quarterback out there, and he's going to take as much as he can take. But now with 1 out, that puts the tying run at second base. I'm not so sure that with a good throw to second they would have gotten him, because DeJesus was thinking 2 on contact, and you can tell as a hitter, if you hit one not real good in between them and you got speed, you know you can think 2, and he did.
You saw that little stumble, and remember, Hunter has not committed an error in center field since August 31st of 2007, and it came against Kansas City. That's a span of 251 games. And now Bloomquist, who got Fuentes last night with a line base hit, steps to the plate. He is 1 for 4 in the game. Strike 1. DeJesus with the double. No play was on. Ventura stayed back at second. Ibar at short.
We saw Torrey Hunter yelling, and he was yelling into the infield to try to get Crawford out of his view. Crawford standing right where Torrey is playing Bloomquist, and it's hard to see the ball cross the dish.
Strike 2.
And in order to get a good jump, you got to be able to see the ball cross the plate. So what you do then, if you're a center fielder and you can't see, the umpire's blocking you, You got to move one step to the right or to the left. See Torrey? He's trying to get in an area comfortable, and they're playing Bloomquist to the opposite field. Got 2 quick strikes on him here. Let's see if he goes with his slider.
DeJesus has attempted 12 steals this year, but he's been caught 8 times. The Angels with a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 11th. Punch to right field. On comes Bobby Abreu to make the catch. No advance by DeJesus.
Oh man, that almost found a way to fall in, but Abreu was able to move quickly to his right and glove it. Hillman saying, all right, it's my last chance here. Billy Butler's a pretty good hitter. Fuentes is going to have to earn this one.
Well, we've come to this. It is Billy Butler, who is Kansas City's best hitter. The number 3 hitter is 2 for 4. He has 15 home runs and 68 RBIs. His 68th came today, so they will intentionally walk Butler to get to the left-hander Mike Jacobs. How about that? They're going to put the go-ahead man on first base, but they want the lefty-lefty matchup.
Yep, Socha's got confidence in Fuentes to do the job. You'll see this a lot in the visiting ballpark, but you're not going to see it with a closer who throws mid-90s to upper 90s. Okay, but Fuentes is a finesse closer, so they're going to try to play the percentages and bring in the lefty, where he's done a pretty good job.
Butler is hitting .319 against left-handers. The guy coming up, Mike Jacobs, is hitting .196. So Mike Socha was looking at the same thing we were looking at, and now he'll take his chance with Fuentes against Jacobs. Jacobs did have that double back in inning number 9 when he sent one down the left field side. John Lackey gave up that double, but he struck out Mark Tien looking. 2 on, 2 out. Angels by 1, trying to nail down their 80th win this year. Texas lost today in Baltimore 5-4. He hits it to the first baseman Morales, and Henry wins the race to the bag and the race to a victory. The Angels win for the 2nd straight night by a final score of 2-1. What a ball game, Rex.
Wow, I'm telling you, some kind of pitching we saw here at Kauffman Stadium tonight. Game 2, the Angels win it again by 1 run.
John Lackey went 9 innings.